I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money and whatever else you bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Guitar Players Planet. 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 Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way that music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. trying, just a man who's dying, but only time will tell. I'm just another stranger, another lost lone ranger. How can I break this spell?
And I've seen a lot of cops, I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I Guitar Players Planet.
You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing.
They take you for your money and whatever else bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet.
Take me!
Guitar Players Planet. 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 Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way that music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the land of new.
You hear me okay? You hear me okay? Oof. Echo. You hear me okay? Oof. Echo. You hear me okay? Oof. Echo. You hear me? Oof. Echo. You hear me? Oof. 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 Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Yeah, I'm getting a wicked echo back in my system. I'm getting a wicked echo back in my system. I'm getting a wicked echo back in. Can't hear anything. Yeah, there I am. Yeah, there I am. There I am. Getting that wicked echo again. There I am. Getting that wicked echo again. There I am. Getting that wicked echo again. I can't hear you, Dan. Getting that wicked echo again. I can't hear you, Dan. Getting that wicked echo again. Am I doing something wrong? Yeah, I can't hear you.
Now can you hear me?
Yep.
What the hell?
Now can you hear me? But I'm still getting a wicked feedback.
Dude, you gotta have headsets. Your speakers are going through the mic.
You gotta have headsets. I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you speak. I had that same problem with my cans were so loud that it was going through the mic. So that's what it was. So you're getting the echo of the speakers coming through your mic. And then once I turn off this, let's say, I don't know why you're muted now.
I'm
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I got you.
You're muted now.
And I think we're good now.
Yeah. There you go. I got you.
I think we're good now.
I think we're good now. Yeah. There you go. I got you.
What are you nodding for?
I can't. I'm gonna have to shut this off and get a set of headsets. I can't
Okay.
just type this.
Okay, get headsets. Oh well, we just lost Scott. And anyway, that's okay. No, there's on this. There's no. It looks like there's no. There's nothing like that. You're gonna need headphones. But whatever. That's what it is right now. I'm gonna hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. Just give me 1 second, and I think we're good. So how's it going, everybody? Again, new program. We're just trying stuff out. Scott got a little frustrated. He took off for a second. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. Sorry, we had a couple of things going on, and I think the audio is coming through fine. Tell me if the audio is not coming through at all. If it needs to be louder or all right, good. Awesome. Yeah, Scott's a little angry right now. So I think he also kind of screwed up the stream getting off. But how's it going? I know we got the little thing on underneath rolling across. Let me just turn off the volume because now I'm hearing myself in my cans. So welcome. Thank you for being patient. We're trying a new program here. Hopefully it's going to be easier in the long run. That's the first night we're doing this. Dennis, how you doing? Tom, Gideon, Tarek, everybody, Scott, Greg, Jim Zastro. Glad you guys can make it. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I did. Hung out with my wife and my mother, and we just had some turkey and ham and ate some stuff. So just some housekeeping stuff. We did book a new guest tonight. Actually, I solidified the guest that I've been talking about, and I've been butchering his name for weeks. And Ivalo Stoyanov from APT is going to be coming on January. January 7th. So that's going to be our first guest of the new year, and he's going to be going over the new APT version 3.90, which should be really awesome. So I think that's going to be kind of cool. I don't know a lot of APT users. I do know that what's the name from Astro Backyard uses it. So I think that's going to be kind of cool to have him come on. He's going to give us a rundown of the program. Coming up in December, and I'll start throwing them on. If I can remember how to do this, I'll start throwing them on the tickers right there. There you go. So we're gonna have on the 10th, we're gonna have Hendrik from Star Aid. He's gonna be coming on, giving us a rundown of the Star Aid, which is a standalone guider, which has come out a couple months back, and he's gonna give us a rundown of that. Following that, on the next Friday, we're going to be having Amy Astro. Amy Astro is going to come down and hang out with us, talk about some stuff, and we're also doing the giveaway of the Player One Mars Cam. And so that's going to be a giveaway. Don't forget to send the email. You'll see it flying across, Dan@astroworldweb.com for the cam. All you have to do is enter. feel free to subscribe, like, whatever, and be a part of the community and win a free cam. So that's kind of cool. And then coming in 2022, after the APT show, we're going to be having Filippo, Tom, and Omar from Prima Lucha Lab coming down. So I think that's going to be a really, really, really cool show. No Gideon, I'm sorry, no Peter Zelenka. Who knows? Maybe I'll give him a shout out and see if that's going to work out as well. So I'm just wondering how the sound is on here. Whoops, I just hit the wrong thing. And I'm just curious. And oh, good. It sounds good. I think it sounds okay. Maybe a little more volume. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But thank you all for showing up. It's going to be a semi-short short show tonight. I believe he is from Bulgaria, and he said that he is going to be. Let's see, Scott's back on. Give me a second, and come on in, Scott. And there we go. What's the nodding?
Yeah, it's not working.
What's not working?
I'm getting that wicked feedback. It's just coming back. Everything is coming back double.
Are your speakers off? Do you have the YouTube feed and the Restreamio going at the same time? Mute the YouTube feed.
Okay.
Check 1 2. Check.
Yeah, that's better. It was a YouTube feed.
Ah, there you go. All right, cool. I thought I was going to be by myself. You're getting so frustrated.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on there. But
No, yeah, it's a bumps in the road for the, and listen, I was on for 2 hours before this trying to figure out the echo on my side.
Yeah.
So
I understand.
So I think in the long run, I think this might be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, in the I don't know if it's frozen for you, but my feed on Melon is frozen, and it froze as soon as you jet it out, but it's good on YouTube. So I guess it's good. It's just frozen in the Melon app. So
the Melon app for me is fine.
Yeah, it's frozen on my side. When you bolted, you're like, I'm getting the headset.
Yeah, I had to shut it off. It was just
Drew drove me nuts for 2 hours. So but you actually, I think your vocals actually sound better than mine. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what happens when you use really good audio cans.
Yeah, you know what? That Gideon asked the setup. Is it overcomplicated? No, it really isn't. It's just a matter of learning how to navigate it.
Yep.
And what I did basically was, and I don't know if you heard, but I solidified Ivalo Stoyanov.
Yes, I did catch that. Yes.
From APT. He's going to be on our first show for the new year on January 7th.
Very cool.
So, and then following that, of course, will be the Prima Luce trio. So Dan sounds like crap now. I sound like crap, I'm being told. Let me see. Yeah, I sound like I'm in an echo, it looks like. Hold on a second. You know what? Maybe. Hold on a second. I know why. Give me a second. And again. And check 1 2.
There you go. That's better.
There we go. And I'm totally out of. I'm totally out. I just see the picture of my thing in the background now on the left, and on the right, I'm good. So.
Yeah, that's really weird.
There you go.
The Melon is coming through fine for me.
Yeah, you know what? It was working fine until you kicked yourself out, and then it just went. It's working fine. Yeah, it's just you look fine. My picture is just the picture. I don't see anything on me.
Okay, well, first night jitters, first night.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll just let's see if I exit out, and then I go back in. And
yeah, Tom, the audio in the Mac it's okay, but it can't compare with the cans. These cans. This is a set of Steel series. It's the Arcix Pro Steel series, and it's an audiophile quality set of cans and the microphone. They got 40mm drivers in the ears and such, and great pickup for the mic. So I take it you guys like the cans better than the Mac mic.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot better. You just gotta lower the gain on it a little bit, because every time you like cough or breathe, it just like goes through. You got Darth Vader syndrome going again.
I can it's easy.
And
yeah. All right, so let's see. I'll just make a quick adjustment here. All right, so if I take this down, is that better?
It's so funny. I'm so tiny now. I'm like so tiny on YouTube. I'm like,
I see that.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? There I am. There I am. How you doing? Oh wow, that's weird. See, I'm gonna blame all this on Scott. So
okay, I'm used to it. I'm married.
Let's see if I do this. I'm gonna change.
You did something and you came up big. There you go.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm in the wrong resolution. And
yeah, well, whatever you're doing, you're coming up big.
Hold on. Give it a second. I think I got it. I got it. Hey, there we go. Raise my hands up. Here we go. Let's see it on YouTube. Let's go. All right, good. I'm good. All right. Awesome. Crisp and sound. Hi, Jim. Hi, Tarek. Hi, Tom. I think we're good to go. So I think I got a green screen on Melon, and I got the picture on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so what's going on? So I got really almost, I've been playing around with this guy here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Deep Sky Dad stuff that I was playing with for the EAF, for my little camera. And so the camera would come up here on a ring and come over here, and here's a little knob for the focuser right here. And the problem that I'm having is that I guess I can't use this spacer. This is the ADM spacer that it came with. Because the problem is, well, I guess I can use this, but the ring, the ZWO ring for the camera, is how cheap. This is why these are $49. So the hole in the bottom doesn't go all the way through.
Come on.
So I ripped off the felt to see if it was there, and it doesn't go all the way through. So I can't screw it. I can't screw it on. So
wait a minute. Hold on a second. Is the ring? Do you know what size the thread is on the ring?
The thread's, I think it's an M5. I think it's an M5.
Well, if you decide you want to keep it, you can always drill that out and just tap it. Just go to the store, go to Lowe's and buy a tap. It's just aluminum, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I have a tap and die set. I have that. But I'm just too lazy. I just want it to work. I just want it to work. And you know what? The whole thing is that I bought some other stuff, and I bought the stuff for the red. Not that I own a Red Cat, but I bought the Red Cat because I thought I could kind of like use some of the pieces for it. But all the holes are specific to the Red Cat. So I have some Red Cats. If anybody wants some pieces for a Red Cat, let me know. So eventually, I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to put this on a Losmandi. I don't like the way this is hanging. It's I don't like that. I think I'm going to put it on a Losmandi, and that will solve my issue with this, because this is only held by, even though it's tight, it's only held by one screw, and I don't like that either. Even though it's okay just for the way this was made, this was where the lens was, and there was a ring that goes here, so it was just for the ring to kind of for stabilization. So I'm not so worried. I mean, this is solid; it's not going anywhere. but I just don't like. I'm sure that if I cranked it down, there you go. But I think I'm gonna put it on a Los Mandi, and then I'll be able to do the ASI air in the middle, and then I'll have my little mini setup here. So that's what I'm working on now. Tom will be happy. So Tom, I know you're watching. So my next project, another one of these guys. I got this from the store. We're doing a project up in Connecticut for a school in Connecticut. So I'm loading this up for them. And yes, Tom, I have my backup. So there you go. So I got that going on. So we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm missing the hockey game tonight. For those of you that saw the show, so for those of you that saw the show the other day, that's all we talked about was hockey and music. So I got to be honest with you. It was nice and a relaxing show, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about Astros. So I mean, I know Scott. You're in the process of moving. So I know that I mean, it's getting close. I mean, you're
very close.
What are you?
About 3 weeks out.
About 3 the Amy Astro Day, right?
Yep.
That's the 17th, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm been chewing my guts on that one. I really wanted to be on the show when she was on, but what are you gonna do?
Well,
get her again.
What we could do? We could sit there and I could edit it and I could put it out as a re-edit and I could kind of chuck you in there. So do we? Jesse Winky is online. Josh is back. How you doing, Josh? Norm is back. Hi guys, how you doing? Glad you guys could join us. Throw out your questions. We'll be happy to answer them if you have them. What's that?
Facebook.
I you know what? I was messing around with the EAF. I didn't get a chance, but I could browse real quick on questions here. I know that what we call Mark had a question regarding a
in the YouTube chat.
No, he had a question regarding the EQ8R and the ASI 3.0 cameras. Apparently, there was something not working well with the USB hub in there, and they said that they fixed it. So he knows that I have a newer one and wants to know if it works with mine. So let's see, Facebook groups. Let's see, the first group that I'm going to go to is Astrophotography Made Easy. All right, let's see what's going on in Astrophotography Made Easy. And I always just search for the word question. And let's see what we got. Let's see if anything's worth. It's the same questions as we got last week. There's nothing new there.
Same questions.
Same exact questions. The first two questions were the one about flats, the day flats, and the one about hibernating all day. All right, next group. Let's see. Learn astronomy, astrophotography. Somebody just posted question 14 times. Oh, at what stage and when? These questions are so silly sometimes. At what stage and when is the moon the brightest?
That would be full.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not to make fun of these questions. Sometimes people put these up just to get attention, and it just sometimes it makes no sense to me. I mean, it's the same guy. Why is the night sky black? I mean,
yeah.
I'm getting out of that one. We're not doing that one anymore. I might just leave myself out of that one. Real astrophotography. That's a good one. They got over 7,000 members. So let's see.
Yeah, trolls. Exactly right, Norm. Yeah, and Jim, I would love to be able to log in on the road. I just don't know if that's going to be able to happen. Now, if I can get to the hotel, my first hotel is going to be probably in Pennsylvania, southern Pennsylvania, someplace, maybe Harrisburg. We get into the hotel room and I can log into the internet. I can probably, if I can do it by 8 o'clock, we get there, then I can probably log in. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But we hope you make it. We definitely hope you make it. And everybody, tell me if the video is okay. And I'm just really trying to figure out if this is actually doing well or not.
Yeah, we bought a house down in Florida, just outside of Ocala.
Here we go. We got a question here. I don't know if we had this one. We might have had this one. Question: is it possible to combine data, individual subs taken over several months or even a year? Can I, for example, combine my subs of Orion last year with those of this year, and what is the maximum time span?
There's a few different things that it depends on, but sure.
What does it depend on, Scott? While I look for another question.
You're gonna want to make sure that your calibration frames are good, for all those different nights. Integrating, those pictures. It's easier if you've got the same, telescope and camera. If you're using the same telescope and camera, that makes it a lot easier. And as long as your calibration frames are online, and you should be able to, I would probably stack, the individual, dates, for their respective calibration frames, and then pull all that stuff together once you get it, all the image calibration, pull all that together and stack that. But sure, you can do that.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna, to your point, you're definitely gonna have to make sure those calibration frames are right on, because if you're doing them over years, there's nothing to say. I mean, in over years, you might have switched scopes too. So, I mean, different focal lengths require a different process, and that's actually something that they're going over on the 30th Masters of PixInsight. Photons to photos number 4. I believe Ron's doing M33 from 2 different telescopes. So I think that's going to be kind of cool. Let's see, Josh. I was also considering movability. My mount needs to move in and out of the house and different places in the yards depending on the target. Oh, he's talking about the CEM26. All those iOptron mounts are pretty decent. I mean, I haven't really heard a lot of grumbling regarding them. I really haven't. I've heard nothing but good stuff from them. I have not used any of them, but I know Eric has 2, Jason has 1, Simon has 2. So we have a lot of people that use the iOptrons, and they love them. The CEM60, even the CEM70, all of them are really, really, really good. And it's awesome. And one thing I would tell you about is for those of you that use PixInsight, if you haven't gotten a chance to play with the StarNet plugin, play around with it. I mean, it was, if you haven't done it, and especially if you have an NVIDIA card. If you have an NVIDIA card, you can take advantage of the GPU and on the card, as opposed to using your CPU and bogging your whole system down. StarNet, let's say for me, StarNet on the picture behind me took me like 45 minutes with just using the CPU. Using the GPU on the video card, it took maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So it's there's some software things you have to do, and if you don't know how to do that, send me an email. Let me know. I'll send you the link. Because there's a really, really, really cool process put out by Dark Archon that speeds up the StarNet process.
It's a free download.
Yeah, it's totally free. It's a little bit convoluted on how to do it. You got to read the instructions very, very religiously and kind of do it right.
We've had a great video on it. Watch Quiv's video on it. He went step by step through Dark Archon. Yeah, dig it out on Quiv's, The Lazy Geek.
Quiv and Sean also has a great video on it too. Yeah,
sorry, Sean, I forgot about our buddy.
Sean has a great video. He has 2 videos on it, if I remember right. But he literally sends you right through the links and walks you right through how to do it. I'm sure Quiv does it as well. But I'm telling you, either one is going to do a fantastic job for you. So check it out.
Yeah, and I've actually used the one. I used the StarNet Plus with some data quite a few months back that Tegan Grable had sent me, and
Yep.
on the Bubble Nebula, and I was able to literally pull just about every single one of the stars out of the nebula. And that's really kind of an interesting process, because then it allows you to, with with that mask, you can then focus on just the nebula. You don't have to worry about screwing with the stars. You can add the stars back in later, so you can do all your color balancing and your tweaking and get the nebula looking just like you want it, and then just drop those stars right back in on top of it. It's a sweet process.
Oh yeah, it's really cool. And another thing to do with that, if you have some RGB and you do a narrowband, you could do the same thing. Get all those cruddy looking stars out of there and use your RGB stars and plop that right on top. There is an easier way than that, but it's interesting that there's more than one way to skin a cat, I always say. So actually, I'm bringing this up really quick. I'm doing a real quick stretch on NGC 281, and just so I could show you StarNet real quick.
The other thing you can do, Josh, if, considering your mobility and such, is invest in a wheelie bar.
Yeah.
And get yourself a wheelie bar. The scope buggy is nice too, but the wheelie bar is really, it's the gold standard. It's a nice system. I have a wheelie bar for my rig, and that rig is a beast, and it handles it just fine. No sweat at all. I'm able to pull that huge scope completely set up across the grass by myself, and it's perfectly stable. I pulled it I would say probably 35 or 40 yards across the grass into a deep part of the field to do some photography of the rig, and I had no problem moving it. And that whole rig probably it's got to come in right around 120, 130 pounds.
Yeah, I'm just bringing this up real quick, and I'm doing a real crazy stretch on it, so don't make fun of me when it comes up. And let's see, script process, screen transfer function, histogram transformation.
Okay, Tarek is talking about something. What's going on with the SGP Pro new pricing? What's that all about?
I don't use it anymore.
Oh, you got rid of it completely?
Well, I'm still. Did they change it? Because let me see. Because it was $59 a year now. SGP. Did they make it more? Main sequence software. Sequence Generator Pro. Buy now. Nope, it's still the same. So about a year ago, they went to a subscription based.
Oh, he says it's now yearly payment.
Yep, they went to a subscription base about a year ago. And what happened was it was just what was it? It was originally I think it was $99 for everything. And now about a year ago, and it got a lot of grumbling online that for new members, it's $159 for the first year. And then every year after that, it's $99 to get the whole thing. I'm sorry, $59, not 99, $59. And that's what it is now. So they went to a subscription based. But I got to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to bash SGP because it is a really good program, but Nina is free, just as, if not more functional than Sequence Generator Pro. And to me, now that I know it, it's a lot more user-friendly than SGP is. SGP is written by computer programmers, not necessarily astrophotographers. and they're not astrophotographers, and you know, Jared and them, they are not, unless they got into it. But when they started on this project, they were not astrophotographers. They were just number crunchers, and they brought out this awesome program together, and it worked for me for many, many years. And then Sean Nielsen, I don't know if he's out there, but he gave me a bunch of swats on the butt to get into Nina now that I could use it, and I don't have an S-Big camera. So I said, all right, let me give it another shot. And now I use nothing but. I love it. I think it's great. And it gets updated like once a week. It gets updated, even though it's only a little stuff, but it gets updated like once a week. And SGP, since 4.0 came out, I think they only came out with like 2 or 3 updates.
Yeah,
But
Sean just jumped on.
Sean's there now. Hey, Sean, what's going on, man? Let's see. Before it was Lifetime, ASTAP is so fast.
It's kind of like when people were grumbling really hard about Adobe and Adobe going to CC or as a subscription. But take it from me, we've been in business with our studio for like the last 17 years, and when you had to buy a whole brand new version of the suite, and you were looking at $3,000 to do it.
Yep.
And they came out with a new version every couple of years. So, over 17 years, we very easily could have spent $15,000, $16,000, $18,000 just on software versus spending $50 a month for a subscription that is constantly updated. You get the latest stuff from Adobe Suite as soon as it's available.
Yeah, and to your point, Adobe's got the corner on the market on that stuff for that. And you know what? But there's no really. There are other places to go, but nothing that is done well enough. Adobe does it so well that there really is no way to go. But now you got another program that does just as well for free. So
you're talking about with Nina.
Yeah, well, with Adobe, you really don't have another option when you're doing the web design and the stuff like that. You really don't have another option. Here, you have another option.
Yep.
And Mark, I agree with you. SGP was great when it came out, and they were updating it quite a bit. And they came out with 4.0 and went to the subscription base, and really they really haven't really done much of anything with it, to be honest with you. Minor upgrades, but other than that, I'm not really impressed anymore with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Tarek. I'm not saying that you should stay with SGP. If Nina is working well for you.
No, I think he said he's moving away from
SGP.
From SGP to Nina because of this subscription base.
Right. Yeah. You can do what you want to do. That's fine. I understand the whole subscription thing. Now if they're not updating the software regularly, then that's a problem. Then you're paying for something that is just old school. And
yeah, exactly.
Adobe is constantly being updated. I get regular updates for Adobe Suite. A couple times a month. I get updates.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get another picture up real quick for this, just to show people, the new people out there, what. And I'll go over the process real quick. And
not for nothing, Dan, but my wife right now, she's streaming with her group.
And no problems, huh? Yeah, well, there you go. That's another bonus, even though we had no volume for the first part. But
it's gangsta.
All right, let me see if I could do this without crashing the whole system. So, all right, for you newbies out there with Pix Insight, and I'm going to try, and I think, if I remember right, this is actually going to be pretty cool. Give me a second. And if I share my screen, yes, I understand.
Yeah,
And
Tarek. I mean, Adobe is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. You know, they're just.
ooh, that's cool. See, it keeps us on the left, and it gives us like what is it, Doctor Who on the right. So
It sure did. Yeah. Where's the music?
so let's see. All right. Oh, that looks pretty
There you
cool.
go. There
So
you go.
here you go. So for those of you that don't know anything about PixInsight, and some of you do, some of you don't. So I'm just going to do this a little bit differently. So this is not really. It's just going to give you an idea on what it could do. And this, and if you want to know more, feel free to go to Sean's video on StarNet and how to make it faster if you have an NVIDIA GPU. So
Or if you have one of the new Macs that has the M1 Max Pro, the M1 Max in it, that is a GPU.
as long as it has an NVIDIA GPU.
Oh, it has to be NVIDIA.
It's got to be NVIDIA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got to be NVIDIA. If you have MSI or if you have any other video card in there, Max, you can, as far as I know, and Sean, you can chime in on that if I'm wrong, but it's got to be an NVIDIA because it's called. There's a CUDA, is actually a program written by NVIDIA. Okay. So I believe that is. Someone's asking me already. This is actually HA. This is a 5-minute exposure. It's a stacked 5-minute exposure. I'm not sure how many pictures. Thank you, Sean, for the confirmation on that. And the first thing you want to do is, and I'm gonna go back in the history on this a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys how to stretch it. So this is basically kind of what it looks like. And if you do a screen transfer function or a stretch on it, that's pretty much what it looks like. That's your boosted stretch. But right now, you want to make this a non-linear picture first. So a real easy way to do it, and again, I don't use this way, but because of time, I'm going to do it this way. I opened up the histogram transformation and the screen transfer function, right? And I'll stretch it with the screen transfer function. Okay. Now, what I could do at that point is I could take these settings and drag them onto this bottom line into the histogram transformation and then bring it over. Take off the stretch. And there you go. Now, I'll make it a little bit nicer. We'll reset. Make it a little bit brighter. Bring in the mids. Something like that. Just for now, just for fun. And we'll apply that. Okay. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. And then what you could do is you go under, I believe it's still under process, is it? Yes, StarNet. And then run it. Okay, now we're just going to watch this for a couple of minutes. This may take a little bit longer than what you might think. But you'd be surprised on how slow it is without this CUDA. And it should have been done by now, to be honest with you. But it's probably got a lot of stars. So let me just see. And if you want to know if it's working or not, what is it? It's under task. And performance. Oh, it's not using it. Whoops. So that doesn't help. And
you have to enable it every time.
No, I guess I didn't finish the setup when I switched computers. Okay, so apologies. I can't show it to you. I don't have it set up myself. So I'm going to stop this because it's going to take forever now. But you can see we're only halfway done. But that was a crash and burn, huh? Okay.
Oh, well.
Oh well, I'm so sorry. But normally that would be done by now, and you'll be able to kind of get the stars out, and that's that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure what graphics cards are available in the new Macs. I know their GPUs 16 core neutral engine.
I'm sure they are, but it's got to be NVIDIA.
Gotta be an
It's
NVIDIA.
got to be NVIDIA. If you can't, you can't. I mean, Macs. Unfortunately, I don't know what they have in them. To be honest with you, I haven't had a Mac in a long time. But
Yeah.
who else is on? Tarek said, "I have APT. I've never figured it out." Mark Ellis, what's going on?
Okay.
Dennis says, "Well, MSI will work if it has an NVIDIA chipset." Dennis. So MSI is another company that actually makes video cards. I haven't tried that, Sean. If you want to pop on, Sean, if you want to pop on, I'll give you the link. If you want to come and hang out with us, we're just chilling here. But if you
Yeah.
if you want to come on, you're more than welcome. I can give you the link on this program. It'd be interesting to see how it works with 3 people.
Yeah.
But
I watched his video on the comparison between StarNet and Star Exterminator, and the Exterminator worked really well.
you know what? I haven't tried it. I've heard quite a bit about it, but I haven't used it.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see. I'd love to see it. But who's Karen is messaging me? Who's Karen? Karen Haberberg. Oh, there you go. Hi, Karen. Yeah. So I'm more than happy to try that as well. I mean, Sean, I'm sure you're a lot more proficient at it. So he said, send me the link. All right. So I'll send you the link. We'll see how this works. This is something we weren't planning on, but
improv.
Yeah, that's what we need. There you go. I'm gonna send it to you via Facebook, Sean, and there you go. He knows Melon, so that shouldn't be a problem. And let's see what happens. I just sent him a link. We have a special guest. This is one thing I like about this program. It's a lot easier to grab people in and grab people out. I mean, it's actually pretty cool. And let's see if he comes in. And we'll see. Anyway, so that's what I'm working on. So I'm working on a way to kind of do this thing with the EAF and ASI Air to make it a little mini rig. Right now, I have zero clear skies until December.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible. There you go. And he had to get his lights on. So
yeah, I had to throw the lights on real quick.
Your YouTube volume off there, Sean. You get the same echo I had.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Just
yeah, this melon's not bad, Daniel.
No, it's not bad. I gotta thank Sean for this because he was a guy that said give it a shot, and so I'm liking it so far. Actually, Sean's muted for some reason. Let me get you back on.
No, I muted myself for a second. I'm just figuring something out.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. And let's see. We'll switch the. I'll switch the. There you go. I'll switch the banner. There you go.
Skies.
Sky. I don't know. I've been seeing clouds. They're asking about the skies and he's getting his cans on. There you go. How's that?
I think he's trying to.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. I gotcha. You're muted still, so yeah. I know I like this, having people come on and whatever, and if anybody else wants, you know what? If anybody else wants to come on, let's see. We could plug this in and see how many people we can blow this server up. So let's see what happens. But I'm trying to now I'm 3, so I got to kind of put myself in the middle again. So it's different. There's different. What is this? That's interesting.
Mhm.
No, I don't like that. We'll make it all 3. We'll just leave it alone. No, it's just, I know Sean wasn't expecting to come on, but he's trying to figure out some things. It's, the Melon app is kind of finicky sometimes. But
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just figuring out my speakers here, and that I was getting a delay happening. So, and then I realized that I still had the YouTube page open. So I was hearing.
That's what Scott had too. So you were getting the echo for the YouTube in your mic.
I was getting the echo from the YouTube through the mic. Yeah, exactly. So
I was on for 2 hours live, just messing around with things. And people were coming on, and they're like telling me the testing of the sound and everything. And it turns out that my headphones were so loud and my mic was so sensitive, it was hearing my headset. And I was getting an echo, and I couldn't figure out where the echo was from.
Yeah.
But I was actually sitting in a parking lot waiting for my wife to get done work when you popped on live there, so it gave me something to do.
I love being the person that somebody likes to kind of hang out with, and just do something with, So
well, you were the only option. So
thanks, I appreciate it. Hey, what is it, Friday night? I mean, get a condenser mic. Yeah, well, this lav seems to work fine for now. It's good. But I got my Yeti got demoted to the living room for the living room Zoom, so that's in the living room now. But it's just I'm trying to make things a little bit easier to run, because I mean I was all over the place with stream decks and lights and all this garbage all over the place. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
But so Sean, how you doing, bud? What's going on?
I'm doing good. Yeah, good. Not much. Just tuned into the show, and I missed the first part, so thought I'd tune in and see what you guys were talking about. And I heard my name mentioned, so.
Hey.
Oh yeah. They was comparing, StarNet plus.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And then that Star Exterminator, that video that you
the
did
Star.
on it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Star Exterminator works pretty good. I mean, they both kind of, in terms of the star or the artifacts around the stars, I find they both leave a lot of artifacts in that. But it's not bad. I mean, I use both. I've used both. I don't really have a preference, but I just find myself using the Star Exterminator a lot more. It does cost. You have to pay for it.
Right.
But, it does work really nice, and I like it. So I guess it's whatever you use most, right? Whatever gets the job done. And
yeah. What does that run now these days? Star Exterminator.
Gee, I don't remember what it was. Was it $69 or something, or maybe less? I can't remember. Yeah. Let me look it up. What the hell?
I
don't want to throw out misinformation.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it too. Russell Croman, right?
Yeah, Russell Croman. Yeah, RC Astro. Yeah, there it is. There. Purchase. So what does it come in at? Yeah, $59.95.
All right.
Yeah, so you get a trial. You get I don't know how long it is, a 15-day trial or something like that. You can check it out, and then if you like it, yeah, just buy it. I mean, $59 wasn't a big deal, so I figured, what the hell? I use I use PixInsight all the time, so spending $59 on something that helps
Yeah.
All the better. Yeah.
Now, is that a plugin for PixInsight or is it separate?
It's a process that's added to it. So
Okay.
yeah, so you install it much like you would install
Script.
Like the game
yeah,
script
like
or whatever.
a script or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So you just gotta get the repository and dump it in. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Once you set that up, then it just keeps updating itself and you'll be fine. So
oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool. Hey, you never know, and again, I just said it a little while ago. I said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So, I mean, sometimes different photos with different processes, you may get different results. So,
yep, exactly. Yep. That's what I found too. So, yeah, you got to use whatever works for you. And that's the same with processing too. I find if you're processing images and that, everybody can do it slightly different, and it's what works for you. So you gotta go with that.
yeah, absolutely, and that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm on vacation this week, thank God, so I don't have anything to do.
Awesome.
I have no skies to do anything. I don't have a clear sky till December 1st, but at least that's as far as my weather goes out to. So it's 100% clouds all the way across the board. But
that's like here. We've got nothing but cloud and snow and stuff like that happening. It's and it's not looking good. The forecast is horrible. And I've got this Explorer 127 that I'm waiting to use, and I got this new filter from Optolong that I'm waiting to use, and it's just dismal. The weather is horrible. So
yeah, I can't wait to see those 3 nanometers. I can't wait to see what you got.
That should be pretty cool. Yeah, it was really cool that they sent it to me to try out. And that I haven't actually used my one-shot color camera for a while now. It's been probably a year, but I'll hook it back up, do a piggyback on top of the main scope and that, and do some testing with it and see how it works. But it should be interesting for one-shot color imagers, anyways. Get them into the 3 nanometer range. It's certainly the rave for mono imagers to do the 3 nanometer. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's why I picked up the Enleas, the 3 Pros. And I got to be honest with you, I still got, and Tarek actually, who's online, pointed it out to me, and I was like, no, I ain't got no halos, no problem. He's like, take a look at your 03. And I was like, God damn it, Altanec's blowing up. So on the tack, I mean, he's blowing up on me. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, and, O3 is always susceptible to that for halos. That's been a problem for years with O3 filters and coatings that they use for the filters. But I can't test, unfortunately, I can't test this new Optolong filter on Elnatac because I actually don't see Orion until about February timeframe because of the trees that we've got. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm blocked by everything. Pretty much east over to the south is blocked by trees, so I have to wait for time to progress enough that Orion is in the southwest for me, and then I only get about maybe 2 or 3 hours on it every night. So it's pretty it's difficult to image that region for sure.
So let me ask you a question. Do you find yourself on like nights like that when you're doing only 2 or 3 hours because of the horizon? Do you find yourself imaging 2, maybe 3 targets a night?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll start out with something like in February when Orion comes around, I'll be imaging, whatever I want to within that. But yeah, so I'll spend a couple hours or something on it, and then I'll just have it set to swing over to another object that's rising in the northeast. My northeast overhead and into the west is great. I got no problems there. So it's just a matter of choosing the right targets, and unfortunately, I'm limited a bit, but it's still a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things. What was it? Stellarium was able to do for me was I literally took a panorama of my entire backyard. Actually, you know what? Actually, that's a lie. I did it with Ron. Actually, showed me another program.
Okay.
I forgot the name of the program. I'll find out the name of the program, but it basically it literally gets down right to like the degree of your horizon. As long as you're standing where your telescope is, it makes an entire list of where your horizon is in degrees.
The altitude and I actually used that to create my custom horizon in Nina. I used a program. Now I'm using Android. I don't know what you're using. If you're using
I got Apple. It's called Theodolite.
Okay, all right.
And
it's probably the same idea. I got it. I looked it up. What was I looking for? Landscapers.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. It's just got like a
Yeah,
whole,
that's it. Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Yeah, very much like
and
that.
yeah, and you go and you just follow it around, and
Yeah,
and you
just
can
do it.
edit it later, and it's
You can
awesome.
edit.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I just turned those values into a text file, which was then able to be imported into Nina, and you can actually import it. I actually have it imported into Stellarium as well, so
yep,
I can sort of get a feel for it. Now, I don't find that it's extremely accurate in Stellarium, where the objects are in relation
yeah,
to what time it is.
yeah.
I found.
The depth is kind of
Yeah, like it can say it can tell me that an object has cleared the trees, but if I go out and actually stand beside the telescope and look, it hasn't cleared the trees
yeah,
yet. So I have to sort of, take it with a grain of salt
yep,
what it's telling me in that. But I find that overall it's not too bad, and I actually rely on the Nina custom horizon a lot more.
yeah.
And when I'm selecting targets, not just seeing how they rise and where they end up and stuff like that with regards to the trees. But I've got 100-foot trees in the backyard, so
Oof.
it really cuts off. Yeah, well, it's a great location. It's a great house, and I knew that going into it when we bought it. But it was a green space. There's a green space in the back, and it's great because you don't have neighbors and stuff. I don't have to deal with lights and anything like that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's really good for that, but it comes at a price, and unfortunately, that's about half my sky. So it's a steep price, but
Hey,
it's still worth it.
you just gotta wait for him to come by, and
You
take
just
it if
gotta
you can
wait.
get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just gotta wait.
I'm just
And
on a different schedule. So while everyone's imaging M42 right now, or the Pleiades and stuff, and everyone's having a great time doing that, I got to wait till January, February sort of thing, and that
yeah,
before I
the
can really.
Pleiades I can get now.
The Pleiades I can get now after a certain time. I don't know
Yeah,
what
like
time it
9
is. Yeah.
o'clock or something like that. I can get it.
Oh, is it? Okay, for me, it's a lot later than that. It's like 1 a.m.
No,
or something like that.
yeah, well, the 9 o'clock it'll start coming above the trees, kind of, and away from the house for me.
Yeah.
But Orion I can't get until probably about 1 a.m.
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then as the Pleiades goes across and Orion comes across,
Yeah.
and but Orion for me is also a lot lower. I don't know how it's pretty low for you too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, it's up there. I don't know what the exact altitude is of it. I've never actually checked it out. It's not bad. Like, it's not really low to the horizon, but by the time it gets over into my southwest sky, it's starting to set. Really, right?
Yeah.
So it gets low pretty fast. That's why I've only got a couple hours or so on it at most. And the last project I did on it, 2 years ago, was the Horsehead and the Flame, and that took me about 4 nights. I did 4 nights just to try and gather enough data to work with, and it turned out great in that. So it wasn't a problem. It's just I like to shoot long on objects if I can, 10, 20 hours kind of thing. And it's just really difficult to do in that area of the sky for me. So
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
sure I'm not the only one with trees that has this problem.
No.
It seems everyone I talk to has tree problems.
Yeah, my problem is that directly to my west, I have 2 big fir trees that are just sitting right. I mean, it's 2 trees. That's all we got. I want to chop them down for years, and my wife won't let me. But
Yeah.
but it's the only 2 trees left in the yard. So she said, "Oh, we're keeping those 2 trees." I said, "All right, we'll keep the trees."
Yeah.
So I just gotta wait for it.
Halfway. Keep the tree.
You got to compromise. Yeah, halfway. Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be loving you.
Just
cut
cut
the tops off. Yeah, that's it. It'll be fine. It's like a square tree. It's fine. Don't worry.
What's the matter? You still got a trunk.
But it's we all have horizon issues, and I got one guy that just images. He's only got about 30 degrees of sky in a circle above his head, and he just wait. Dude, he waits, and he waits. And I'm like, dude, I was like, listen, you know what you got to do? And that's one thing that's awesome about the Nina with the horizon. It gives you that graph on where your horizon is, and if it's going behind a tree or not, and it'll tell you right off the bat. I love it.
Yeah, it's really easy to analyze it and get a feel for what would be a good target to shoot at a certain time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love that. That thing is great, and it gives you like the little line where and it says it shows you your what is it, your nautical dusk and your astronomical dawn, and it
Yep.
has
Yep.
the now line. This is now. This
Has
is
the
where you're
now
at now.
line. There you are. Yeah.
So it's great. I mean, it's awesome. I think that's that's one of the things in Nina that actually I got to thank you for like busting my chops. Just keep on trying it.
I didn't take to Nina when I first started using it. I was
Neither
using
did I.
SGP. Yeah, and I actually fired Nina up just to check it out because I had heard about it, and I I found it really difficult to use. And that was version 110 at the time. That was
Oh, yeah.
110, and yeah, I found it really difficult to use. I was trying to figure out like things that I found simple to do in SGP. It seemed really difficult to do in Nina for some reason, and I actually abandoned it for a while. I went back to SGP, and then I thought, well, let me try it again and just, really put, some effort into it to try and learn how to use it. And I did that, and it actually started to make some sense. I started to figure out how things were done. And then they threw a curveball with version 111
Yeah.
nightly when it came out. Oh, wow.
They changed the whole sequencer. They changed
everything. Yeah. The advanced sequencer, I just looked at that and just shook my head. I was like, what the hell is this? So what I did was what I started doing to learn the advanced sequencer was I used the simple sequencer. I'd set up my imaging runs in the simple sequencer and then just transfer them over to the advanced sequencer because then that would fill the gap. It would fill everything in for me, basically, right? And I would have a better understanding of how to build my own sequences and make better use of the advanced sequencer. So I did that for a long time until I got used to the advanced sequencer. But there's, Nina's just gotten so powerful. I found there's just so much like, I mean, I'm not even using, half of its capabilities really when I image. I just, I have a basic run set up and I let it go and, that's about it. So there's a lot of capability that Nina has, and adding the third-party plugins to it, that really opened the door for all sorts of development. Yeah, which is really a smart idea. Yeah, open source like that. Yeah, really smart idea. So
that's one of the things I like, Sean, about the Adobe is that there's so many great plugins that you can get for Photoshop and Lightroom and this and that. For other you could just put all kinds of great plugins in there, and for the most part they work seamlessly. And it sounds like Nina's doing the same thing.
Yeah, Nina's doing very much the same thing. Yeah,
it's very cool.
I mean, it's just awesome because I had more of the same path like you. I dumped Nina like 3 or 4 times.
Was that right?
Yeah, because I started the SGP when it came out. I'm like, cool, this is awesome. And I met Jared and the other guy that does the coding for it over at NEAF, and we talked about it and whatever. And it was awesome. I mean, there wasn't the only other program out there that had something of similar value was Maxima, and that was like $600. Yeah,
it was expensive. Yeah,
it was expensive. If you get the full blown version, it was like $599, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And to get something for $99, well, at the time it was $139 because they charge you extra for the framing and mosaic wizard. But but then they went back to $99 for everything. And let me tell you, the framing and mosaic wizard was the clear winner of that whole program. You just sat there and you dragged a rectangle and you framed it around and it just plopped it into a sequence. And as long as you set everything up right, your cameras, your mounts, your ASCOM, everything, you were fine. You hit run sequence and go. I think Nina, to me, takes it to another level because you're able to do so much more with your sequence. Like you have to sit, like, just one clear example to me is in Sequence Generator Pro, you have to sit there and wait, and you had to hit run sequence, and then you can walk away.
Right. Yeah.
In Nina, I could say start at nautical dusk or nautical dawn, or set a time of anything.
Or a time.
Yeah, anything. And I could hit play and go to bed, and it'll run when the time passes.
Yeah. I started making use of that actually, and it's really handy. I don't actually make use of it right now because it gets dark so soon for us here. But when it was getting dark at 10, 11 o'clock at night in the summer, and that I would often just set my run up and click go, and didn't have to worry about it. It would fire off at the appropriate time and do its job all through the night. And then the end of sequence runs too, where you can tell it to park the periscope and warm
Yep.
the camera and whatever else, you can do even more than that. I'm just doing basically that.
Yeah,
That's
me
all I
too.
do. But it's just fabulous to be able to do that. And it really takes, I used to actually make fun of Ron. I used to make fun of Ron for his automated setup and that, where you just push a button and it would do it all for him. And now I'm doing it. So,
Yep.
but it took a number of years for me to get to that point. But it's great. I love it. Yeah. I wouldn't switch from Nina at this point. It's been working out really well. And they're so quick with their updates and stuff and their fixes and that. You go on the Discord channel and it's just active. There's just a lot of development
There's a
going on.
ton of people on the Discord channel all the time.
Yeah, all the time in there. Yeah, and people are bringing up questions, asking, with problems, and they're on it, they're fixing it and stuff. They're getting the information they need. So it's really great to see the program develop the way that it has over the last year, especially. It's just phenomenal, the growth in it. So
it really is.
So what needs to be fixed in it, in your opinion?
That's a good question. Yeah. I don't really, for me, I'm pretty easeagoing. So, I'll go with the flow for the most part, and I don't really see anything that's terribly wrong in it. The only thing that I might fix is, I know that, I was sitting in on a conversation with Ron and Dale Gent, who's part of the development of Nina. And they were talking about in your image in your imaging window there, where you can move, you can set it up for how you want it to look and where you want things positioned. They're talking about maybe changing that so that it works better. That's sort of I find it difficult to use and get things set up in it. And I know a lot of people have struggled with that, but other than that, that's just nitpicking, really. The program's pretty good overall, and I don't really have any problems with anything. I just look forward to the new features that they come up with.
Yeah,
that's really, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
when you
agree.
see new things pop up in that. But I was having a problem the other night with it, and I can't remember what was it. My autofocus. What was it doing? Oh, I know what it was doing. I was running the filter offsets. I was running that. It was going through all of the filters and doing the focus. It was doing all the autofocus, went through all the filters, and at the end, it would just stop and not produce any offsets. And I tried. Wow, I must have banged my head against the wall for about 3 hours with it. And I ended up doing it manually, just autofocusing every filter manually and inputting the offsets in that, and just to get it to work. But I didn't really figure out why that started happening, because I had used the filter offset calculator before in it, and it worked fabulous. So I don't know what was going on. I posted on Discord actually about it too, and nobody else was having the problem. So it's something unique to me. I just don't know what.
I didn't even know that there was a calculator. I did everything manually. I did all 7 filters manually.
Oh, really? Yeah. No. There's if you go into the plugins, and you install the Darks Custom, it's called.
Okay.
That's the filter offset calculator.
Man.
You can run that. You can run that, and it will go through your filters, autofocus, and find the proper focus, and it will create. You can either, you can have it create the filter offsets, or you can actually have the actual filter positions, whatever you want to use. You can do it both ways, but the filter offsets work really well. And then you set your whatever filter you want to use for autofocus. So usually I set the luminance filter for autofocus, and then it knows the offsets between the other filters, so it autofocuses as it needs to, and it'll adjust accordingly based on the offsets that it arrived at. But if you install that plugin, it does it all for you automatically, and it just pops. So funny. All you have to do is just click OK, just to accept the values. That's it, and they're done.
I think that's so funny. I literally did everything myself.
Well, I used to do it manually like that until that plugin appeared, and then it changed the game, quite a bit, which was fantastic.
There's a lot of plugins. The last time I went in here, there was only 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of plugins. Yeah. The other one too, which is kind of handy, is what's it called, Orbiculum or something like that?
Orbiculum. Yeah, I was reading about that. The Orbiculum.
Yeah, that one's kind of interesting too, because what it does is it monitors your next object in your sequence for where it is. So you can set instead of guessing at what time it might be good to switch over to it, that plugin will monitor things, and when your object reaches a certain height, say a certain altitude, it'll end its current imaging target and move on to the next one. So it's always looking ahead, basically. So it's actually kind of a cool plugin. I haven't used it that much. I used it once, twice maybe, but that's just me. I know what times things are,
Right.
available and that, and what altitude they're at. So I don't really need to use it. But if you're someone that doesn't know and stuff like that, you can make use of it, have it look ahead like that, and see if your object is at the proper altitude before it switches over to start imaging it.
Somebody was asking. I'm gonna try and spell this. I got it up. LUM for. There you go. That's it. I just downloaded the both of them, so I was like,
Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely.
because I mean, and I attempted the 3-point polar.
Yeah, I had mixed results with that.
Oh, it drove me nuts.
Yeah, I banged my head against the wall with it. You know what? When I got the, I used EQ Mod for the longest time, for years. I used EQ Mods, the built-in polar line, and it worked fabulous, no problems. Right? I really liked it, and it was pretty simple to use once you figured it out. It wasn't that hard to use. And then I tried the 3-point polar alignment just for
just to try it,
just for the hell of it. Yeah,
Yep.
and it wasn't. I didn't get good results with it. People were saying they were getting great results. My results were not good with it. My guiding and tracking were not good after I used it. And then I would go back and do another polar alignment with EQ Mod, which I knew worked great because I'd taken so many images with it using it polar aligned that way. And 3-point polar alignment was telling me that it was off. And off, not by a little bit, but like 15 arc minutes and stuff. Like it was just,
Yikes.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I knew there was something not right in that, and then my real motivation for I ended up getting the Pole Master, which is not new by any stretch, but new for me because I was just tired of getting down on my knees and bending over and looking up the polar scope and stuff. That was just such a chore. when I was younger, 10 years ago, not such a big deal, but now it's like I got to call the wife, help me get up.
Dude, I hated doing that in the wintertime. It was just horrible. You're sitting there like this, and you're like, oh my God, your knees are in like the cold, wet ground. And you're like, dude, no, I can't. Once a Pole Master came out, I
got a Pole Master and tried it, and I was like in love with it. It works just so fabulous, so easy.
And then from there I went to Sharp Cap, and I bought Sharp Cap for that.
People say good things about Sharp Cap too. I haven't tried it. I was thinking of buying it because it's what, $20 or something. It's not
like
very expensive.
15 or 18 bucks.
Or 18. Yeah, it's crazy
for the whole
cheap.
year.
Right? So, is that right?
It's worth it. For even if you just use it for the polar alignment, because the one thing that as long as you have like an ASI camera or something with live view, the QHYs have it. As long as you have something like that it's compatible with Sharp Cap, that's where I kind of bashed my head with the 3-point polar with Nina, was because I was doing it with my main camera, the QHY, the 16200, and there wasn't any live view with it, and it was taking a picture every time, and
waiting for 30 seconds for it to
it was driving me nuts. And I'm sitting there, I'm taking a 2-second shot and spending 30 seconds waiting for it. And by the time I see the screen, I make the changes. I got to make more changes. So I turned it off, and I went back to Sharp Cap. I was done in literally like a minute.
So Sean, what telescopes do you have? What's your fastest scope?
The fastest scope would be it would probably be the 71 millimeter, I guess, the William Optic 71 millimeter that I got, which operates at what, 4.7, I think it's 4.7. Yeah, like it's natively 5.9, but with the reducer in there, I think it drops it down to 4.7. So that's really the fastest scope. I toyed with a Hyperstar setup many years ago, probably 9 years ago or so. I tried it. I got from Starizona there, or Starizona. I always say Starizona. I don't know why.
It's Arizona.
Starizona. I got corrected on that in one of my videos.
That's funny.
I always said Starizona. I don't know why. But, yeah, I got one of their Hyperstar units, and I tried it out. I didn't really have good success with it, but it had potential. But that was the only time that I entertained anything like F2. But most of the time, I'm shooting F4 or above. For the most part. Yeah, 5.5.
Do you foresee yourself getting into like a RASA anytime soon?
No, not anytime soon. I'm a refractor guy. I like refractors. I've always they're really nice to use, and collimation holds really well with them and stuff. You don't have to fiddle and stuff with things like that. And I had a newt. I had a 10-inch newt for a while that I used for imaging and stuff. But I was always having to collimate it and stuff. And then at that time, I was going out to dark sight, so I was lugging it around, and it was a lot to carry in that, right? So I ended up just going the refractor route. It was, simplistic in its design, and it just worked really well. So I'm really eager to try out the 127 and see how it works.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I mean, I've used the Esprit 100 for the last 4 years, so this is a complete change for me to go to a different brand and whatnot. And I've tried different telescopes out there and stuff like that, and they're not all what they're cracked up to be.
No,
unfortunately,
you're right.
And you never know. I'm in a unique position having the YouTube channel and being able to work with manufacturers and stuff to try some of this stuff. But if I was just a consumer putting my money out and buying things, I would be disappointed with some of the products out there in some of these telescopes, because they're not holding up like they should. I've got when I've got a doublet that would perform better than some triplets, that's a problem to me.
You think?
But but that is the truth.
When you got a nice William Optics doublet that works awesome, opposed to some other I'm not going to mention other companies out there, but there are other companies out there that the triplets don't perform as well, and
that's right.
But I'm telling you, I'd like those fluoride treated doublets that William Optics have. I mean, some of those pictures that I've seen are just compare them to some triplets out there, just awesome.
Yeah, no, William Optics has a good line of scopes, that's for sure. So I'm really curious about the Explorer Scientific. I've heard good things about it. I've heard bad things too. Back, years ago, there was some talk and stuff where they had some problems, but apparently they have fixed things. And I know that there's a lot of people that use the Explorer Scientific. It's a very popular brand. I was actually surprised how many people were telling me welcome to the club. I didn't realize how many people that are out there that are using them, but I'm really interested to see how well it performs. I promoted Skywatcher for a lot of years, and it was great that Explorer Scientific reached out to me, and we were able to work together like this, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm really excited to get it up and running if I just get some clear skies.
I mean there's one thing that they're still working on. It's been a bone of contention on the show quite a bit with Explorer Scientific, is the focuser. And I mean the focuser, that's the first. I mean, listen, tube wise,
feather touch.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I now have an Asano on one and a Moonlight on the other, and so I mean, that's the first. I mean, I saved the focuser just in case I ever decide to sell it. But I mean, other than that, I mean, that's the first thing. That's one of it's just there's a lot of sag on it, and so if you're gonna see, if you're using the stock focuser with an EAF or something.
Yeah, it is the stock on it. Yeah, I didn't. At this point, I'm not looking to change it out.
Yeah, but, I hear you. The one thing I don't know if you've watched anywhere or seen anywhere. A lot of people have decided to actually flip the focuser.
Okay.
So the rail is on top and the tube is on the bottom. It seemed to alleviate a lot of the sag. So,
is that right? Interesting. Okay.
So
I'll keep that in mind.
Depending on, of course, your orientation of the scope, but I mean, just to keep the rail above and
Yeah.
and do that, because I mean that's been a workaround online for a while for those scopes. But
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have a look and see. Right now, I actually had I had the opportunity just on Tuesday night. I think it was clear here.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great clear night, but it was good enough, and I was able to image with it, and I got some really good results. I was using the new the 3 nanometer Optolong filters, the H
Sure.
alpha and the O3 and the S2 and that, and I got some really good results shooting through the 127. So I'm very optimistic that I'm going to get some fantastic results once I able to get enough time in on some objects.
Yeah,
Is that an F7?
Yeah,
it's an F7.
Is that an
Is it
7.5.
7 or
Yeah. No, 7.5. You're right.
7.5? Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I thought.
7.5?
Yeah, 7.5. So,
Yep.
and then I've got the 0.7. Is it 0.7 reducer?
Yep.
That
Yep.
you have for it?
The
Yeah,
FFFR.
Yeah, I got that. So it brings it down, makes it a little faster, but it's still slower than the Esprit 100. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a new scope, and
Yep.
it should be a lot of fun. So I'm excited.
I mean, I have the Esprit 80. I have that. Not even close to 127, but I mean, I had the 120. I don't know if I told you this story. I had the 120. So Tyler,
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, you know what? And I went for the extra reach with the 127, and
Put 2 of them.
yeah, I had the 127 and the 120 both in the box. But I couldn't afford them both. I had to choose. I had to choose, and I was going back and forth. Do I want the extra 117 millimeters? I think it was. Is the difference? If I remember, 952 to 840. I think so. 112. And it's only 100 millimeters, but I just kind of there was backwater deals in that and everything. So I chose the 127 over the Esprit 120, and it worked out. I like it. It's good. I got the 80 still, and I love that 80. That 80 Esprit is just completely awesome. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, the Esprit line is a good line of telescopes.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I learned that because I've tried a number of different brands, like I said, and stuff. So the Esprit has actually been really a solid performer overall. So and so is William Optics. William Optics,
Yeah.
I really like the William Optics scopes that I've had, and the one that I've got now actually still it's I have no issues using it to image at all. I'm quite happy with the results.
Were you able to see William's new
I saw that
new picture?
big one.
His centerfold that he has out.
It's big, yeah. His centerfold. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, I thought he was,
180?
oh yeah, he looks like he was gonna fall over. He's like this.
Yeah.
I bet you,
Beast.
dude. When they were done taking that picture, I'm sure he was like, "Help me." But that thing, that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to see the price tag on that. I don't think they came out with the price tag.
Oh, it's gonna be over
it's going to be really expensive.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the realm of backyard. I don't think. Anyway.
No. That is a retirement present for somebody, and that's what that is. But Jim's Astro asked a question saying, "Is Meade coming back?" And I don't know. I don't know how much you know about the Meade acquisition.
I heard about it and stuff. I don't really know a lot about it, but
no, there's not a lot out there. But they did get purchased by Orion,
right.
And that being said, they're still trying to wrap their hands around what kind of products they want. Because Meade, when they were on their way out, literally cut something like 275 SKUs right off the top. And didn't even, they were literally just doing star navigators and some ETXs, and that was it. They tried to make it with the what was it, the LX what was the one with the light switch, 6 and 8 line.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That was an Edsel. I don't know if I might be dating myself saying Edsel, but
just a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, they really took a lot off the line, and I don't know what Orion ended up with, but I'm sure that they'll bring back the Meade name in one incarnation or another. Not really sure where that's going. Even my contacts at Orion are really tight-lipped about it. So we'll see what happens in the future. They'll be back eventually in some
Yeah, they were a really strong name back in the 80s and that when
That was
when I
my
got
first.
into it.
Yeah, my
Was it?
first
Yeah,
two telescopes were Meads. I had a
yeah,
Mead 60 refractor when I
yeah,
started, as I was like
yeah,
16, 15 years old.
yeah.
And then my first real telescope was the first rendition of the LX200 GPS.
Okay. Yeah.
And I started astrophotography with that,
Nice.
with
Yeah.
film cameras and everything, you know.
Yeah.
But,
I had a Celestron 80 millimeter that I had bought,
nice.
and then I bought a I think it was it was a 10-inch, an LX50, if I'm not mistaken.
LX50, sure.
Or-
Yeah.
yeah, I bought
No,
the LX50 in that.
LX50.
Was it an LX50? Was there an LX50?
I know there's an
I'm pretty sure.
LX90.
Yeah, but there was an LX50.
I think
in
that might
the
have been a
SCPs.
smaller one.
I'm pretty sure there was. Now I got to look it up. Now you made me have to look
Now
it
I'm
up.
looking it up.
Yeah, LX50 10.
Well, there
8-inch and 10-inch.
was a 2010.
There's
8-inch and 10-inch LX50. Yep.
yeah. So it was a 10-inch LX50
Yeah.
is what I had. Yeah.
That,
And that, I used that for a while and did some imaging with that. And,
oh man, that's going back a ways. Yeah.
that's going way back. Yeah, that's going way back. Yeah, I was a teenager back then.
Yeah. Well, weren't we all?
Yeah. Now I'm just that grumpy old man that stands out front telling people to get off my lawn.
Why is the music so loud?
Must you play that devil music?
That just creates terror. These people are driving me nuts.
You know, one of the things that has been kind of an interesting topic on Facebook, some of the different Facebook groups that I've been talking in, people that have newts, people that have refractors, people that have SCTs, and so on and so forth, is, you know, when you're using something that's at f4 and above, f5 and above, you know, what bandpass, how small can you get the bandpass versus what you need at f3, f2, f1.9, you know, that you try to use, you know, a filter, a 3 nanometer filter in an f2 setup, that you're going to be running into problems. And a lot of people don't know that, and I think it's important to educate people that, you know, just because it's a smaller bandpass doesn't necessarily mean it's perfect for your scope. You know, that
Exactly.
a 5 nanometer is probably better for an f2 setup.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. Have you covered any of that in any of your videos?
No,
Sean?
no, I haven't really gone into that. I found that I'm actually rethinking some of my YouTube stuff a bit because a lot of it tends to be long, and I'm not sure that works out in the end.
It seems to be working out for you so far. But
yeah. Well, it's been a long road. It'll be 3 years in January that I've been doing it. So
that's excellent.
It's taken it now. Yeah, it has. I've seen other channels have more growth than I have, but you know, I guess I'm just not as likable as Quiv. Screw him. Screw Quiv.
God damn, screw you! Get off that roof.
Screw you and you're likable. Yeah, I hate that. I can't stand that you're so likable, Quiv.
He does seem to have a bit of a lock on the geeky, you know, approach.
Yeah, he does.
The funny geeky approach, and people kind of gravitate to
approach.
that.
Yeah.
He does it well, man.
He really does. He does it well.
Yeah, well, I remember when he was starting out on YouTube and that, and I'd actually reached out to him and that, and talked about doing collaboration and stuff, you know, and just maybe helping him, you know, because I know what it was like when I started out, getting my first 100 subscribers or get my first 1,000 subscribers. It was hard, you know, and I put a lot of work into it, and I'd actually reached out to other Astro YouTube people, seeing if I could, you know, collaborate with them, just sort of get some exposure in that. And the response was, when I was early on in it, was they actually didn't want to do anything with me because I guess maybe I was too small, right? It was like, who's this guy, sort of thing. So anyways, I had reached out to Quiv back when he first started his channel and that, and offered to, you know, do some collaboration and stuff just to help him along in that. And then now he's exceeded me. He's off and running. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And
good for him, though. Good for him that he's able to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, his videos are good. I mean, everyone's out there. The people that are, you know, have the large subscriber base yourself and Amy Astro and Razor
Yep.
Photography and Chuck
Trevor.
and Trevor and all those guys,
Yep.
Dennis Dillon, all the guys that you have on your chat, your chat last month. I mean, Helena. I mean, these people are just awesome people to have that collaboration with because they're so good at what they do. And
they are. Yeah, they're really great. Yeah, I like watching all their videos and stuff. And they got some really great approaches to presenting the interests of the hobby to people and making it entertaining and yet at the same time educational, which is fantastic. Yeah, I always try to be a little. I try to be. I think my approach is a little more educational in a lot of ways than it is entertaining. But I was thinking of maybe getting a little jig on or something like that to make my videos a little more spicy.
Whenever you want me to get dressed up like Pennywise, let me know.
Oh boy.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Here we go.
Pennywise will be on the next Astro Chat.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
Dude, have you seen the video?
I did see it.
I sent it to you.
No, it went to a lot of work to do that. That's awesome.
Oh, I went through it was a lot of work. I got nailed with a copyright from YouTube on the first rendition of it.
Oh no, is that right?
No, it wasn't a strike. It was just like take it down,
I know. Yeah.
So
warning, sort of.
Yeah, because I used the music, the actual music from the actual show. I thought I would get away with it because it was just like kind of in the background, but I could have got so.
No,
so
the algorithm picks it up.
Yeah, so I changed the music and put it up again onto something else, and But
interesting enough, I found with YouTube that if you use very short segments from a song, most of the time it doesn't find it. It doesn't pick it up. But if you use the whole track or a very significant part of it, then it'll find it and it'll call you on it if you don't have a license for it and that. So I try to license everything that I use now, or not use music at all if I can. It depends on the video. But some of the stuff is licensed, and I've also actually started branching out to look at open source artists and stuff that they provide their music for commercial use for free and that. And I got to give credit to one of them, Scott Buckley. He's a musician. He puts together some fantastic pieces, and they're completely free for people to use as long as you credit him. That's all. So I have no problems crediting him. But I've used some of his pieces in some of my videos and in some of my shorts as well, quite a number of times because he just does such a great job. He's a really good musician. I'm not sure what you would call him. He's a musician, but someone that creates.
He's a composer,
provider.
A composer, a composer, yeah. He's very much a composer, so he does a really good job. But
so I mean, it's now I just use I literally in the beginning of the show I use the music from my band that we created.
Is that what that's from?
Yeah, that's my band.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's my band from like 1993.
Awesome.
94.
Cool.
I'm thinking about changing it up again. I do have some other music because I play the same 4 songs over and over again. But I do have another CD from another band that's all ours. So I think about changing it. So it's going to be interesting.
No, that's cool. I didn't know that was your band. That was
Yeah.
I didn't know what the tune was. So
nobody does. Don't feel so bad.
No, I don't.
I've gotten a bunch of people saying, "What's that music from?" I said, "Don't worry about it." It's like, but we have a bunch of songs. We had about 13 or 14 songs in that band, and about 10 or 12 in another. We actually had a CD record release party in '94. And that was in a big place on Long Island called Mulcahy's, and it was just there was like 400 people there. We rolled up in a limo. We thought we were all hot stuff, and it was a lot of fun. We opened up at CBGB's a couple times in the city, which is a lot of fun. A big punk band, kind of the Ramones and Madonna, and everybody played there. It's just interesting to be on the stage like that. But it's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, nice. That's good memories to have.
Oh yeah. I keep on telling Ron, I'm like, Ron, one day, you're going to lay down a track of a song that I actually know, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to put the bass line on it. We can get Warren to do another track, and we can throw it all together.
What does Warren? Does he play? He plays sax, doesn't
Sax.
he?
Yeah, he plays sax. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a sick sax player, man. He's out
Yeah,
of control.
I saw him. I saw one video where he was playing it, and he was actually really great.
Dude, he's out of control, man. He's really good. But yeah, so
I play a sick iPhone.
yeah.
It's actually Spotify.
No, that's more the that's like the what is it? The TikTok, you know, that's
because that's how you scroll, right?
Yeah, that's it. You go to the next one, go to the next one.
Yeah.
All it is like really smoking chicks and like really crazy people, and that's it. And that's
when I first got on TikTok. I didn't say what I wanted to look at or anything like that. I just sort of let it feed me what it wanted to.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of dirty stuff out
there. Yeah. It's crazy. It's out of control. Yeah. I mean, if you click on one of them, now you're there in your feed the whole time. You can't get rid of them.
Well, that's what happened, right? Because if you on one, that it started giving you more of it, saying that it thought you liked it, right? It's
exactly.
Like,
and now that it's all linked to Facebook and whatever, I got a whopping 30 followers on TikTok. 30. That's what I got on
30.
Yeah.
I was trying TikTok for a little bit. Not working for me really. I've got maybe 8 followers. Woohoo!
Yeah.
But I for me the YouTube platform just works really well in that. And I started doing more YouTube shorts. Trying to come up with YouTube shorts and stuff, and tap into different markets in terms of reaching out to the people that are interested in astronomy. That was one thing that I wanted to shift away from a little bit on my YouTube channel was the PixInsight teaching,
right?
Because I want to be able to branch out. There's other things that are of interest in astronomy and stuff, and not everyone is interested in PixInsight, say, right? So I did a short on the lunar eclipse that we had, and that was really interesting to look at the analytics of that and to see how it grew and how it was viewed over 5 days. It got over 5 days. It got over 21,000 views, which is actually really good for just creating a 57-second short that I did in my office. Nothing fancy to it really. So
that's cool.
Yeah, and it attracts a lot of new subscribers. I actually gained some subscribers by doing the shorts. So because it's reaching into a different market, right? Not everyone wants to sit and watch how to use PixInsight. So I'm able to talk about other things and other things of interest to me in astronomy, and other things that might be of interest to other people in astronomy that they're not. Maybe they don't image, but maybe that doesn't mean they're not armchair astronomers, right?
Exactly.
Check in on things. Yeah.
And I think you're going to find a lot more of that than you will people that are going to really drill down on PixInsight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
PixInsight is going to be great for guys like us, that really want to have the full, to be able to create those great images. But there is a lot more people out there that just want to see the beautiful pictures.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And Dan, we were talking about this couple of weeks ago, maybe several times actually, about running EAA sessions and how you just get stupid amounts of people that jump in on it because they can see exactly what's going on right at that moment.
Yeah.
And he was getting, how many were you? 2,000, 3,000 views a night? Something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Literally, like when I was doing that a lot, it was when I was doing the Heart Nebula project, and basically what I was doing was I was doing the imaging, and through SharpCap, I was doing a live stack during that, and just people were just hanging out, watching it get better and better overnight, and just asking questions. It's a lot of the same. You'll be surprised. It's a lot of the same questions over and over again from different people. What scope you're using, what camera you're using, what mount you're using, how long of an exposure, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. A lot of the basic stuff, but that builds into different conversations, and and it just goes on. Literally, I was on Facebook literally for like 3 hours one night, and by the time I woke up, there was like 4,000 views on that one, and I'm like, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. I said, I mean, and it's a shame I don't do that a lot more. I should do it a lot more. I haven't done it in like 2 years. And I mean, but I think that I put more progress into the YouTube, just like you, Sean. Facebook is great for what it is,
Mhm.
but I think YouTube is a different type of subscriber and watcher than
Than what TikTok would be, say.
like TikTok. What's that other one? Switch or whatever it is, or
Twitch.
no, not Twitch. No,
No,
Twitch. I
Twitch.
know. We're on Twitch right now, actually. But I have my whopping 4 followers on Twitch that
I got a Twitch account too. I've never really done anything with it though, but no, Dylan O'Donnell there, from Star Stuff. He's got a Twitch account. He said he was actually getting good traction with astrophotography stuff on Twitch.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked to see what he's doing with his videos on there, but that was there's so many possibilities that you can, so many rabbit holes you can go down with regards to these platforms and stuff. And I sometimes wonder, can you spread yourself too thin as well? So I always just keep coming back to the YouTube because that's where my audience is, right? And I can get a lot of growth out of YouTube, I find anyways. Now, especially with the shorts and the investment that they're doing in shorts because they're wanting to compete against TikTok and other platforms, Facebook's, shorts and stuff like that. So
and the thing that I like about Melon right now, and I've been watching it on YouTube, and I haven't seen many, if any, dropouts so far, which is great compared to Restream, which I would see. Restream, I turned off the YouTube because it was just something with the communication between those two platforms didn't work out well. Whatever the case may be, but with the Twitch account, like we were talking about, I just threw it in my list of we're on 4 different Facebook groups right now. We're on my YouTube account. We're on my Twitch account, and I think we're on Twitter as well. But I mean, I just threw them all in there, and you just put on all 8 of them, and then go. And
there you go. Yeah, it's really simple. Yeah. I like it for its simplicity. That's for sure.
Yeah, there was actually a question regarding an RCX, a 12-inch RCX, if I saw it right. Yeah, RCX 412-inch 8.1. He's using a reducer. With the reducer, he's at 2438 millimeters. Which camera should I get? And there was like a whole bunch of discussion regarding that.
Go to Astronomy.Tools.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Astronomy.Tools would be a great place to start and see what type of camera might work best for that particular scenario. Yeah. I've used it many times to figure out the arc second per pixel and that, just to try and get me into that zone. I try to stay within no more. Well, I mean, I can't always do it depending on the telescope, but and the camera, but that 2 arc second or 2 arc minutes per pixel. Yeah, that seems to be anything that and lower is pretty good for the most part. I don't find that you have to drizzle or anything in PixInsight when you do it, but certainly if you go over that, then you're going to get into, you need to start drizzling the data, I think, in order to fix your stars. But you're going to get that would be Astronomy.Tools would definitely be the place that I would go for sure. Yeah, check it out because they got a list of different cameras there and stuff you can pick, and you can see which one matches up best for your particular situation.
Let's see. Can we? Let's see. I could actually bring it up real quick.
Can you? Yeah,
it's very easy to use.
Yeah, it's so simple to use. Yeah, and it's got so much information.
So if I go to and I love this.
The last thing you want to do is be hunting and pecking with $1,500 to $2,000 cameras.
Yeah, exactly. And let's see if I can. I got so many. Scott closing, Coolbur. Where is it? I think is this it? Yeah, there we go. So let's see. We'll go into Astronomy.Tools. And it's actually it's really a cool program it's free. You just go on, it's a web, and you can go on the couple things that I use. I use the field of view to see if it'll frame my object
I love that tool.
And the CCD suitability. which will tell you if you're going to be oversampling or undersampling on here. That's what that Sean was talking about regarding the 2 arc seconds per pixel.
Yep.
So let's see. I don't know if the RCX is in here. I believe. Let's see. Mead.
Try bringing your picture up a little bit, Dan. You're a little small. Can you increase your size?
I'm sure I can.
Try just bringing it up a couple clicks. See if you can fill that screen a little better. There you go. There you go. That's
Oops.
better.
Let's see. RCX is it? Yeah, RCX 400. And
Did you see that sliders go all the way to the purple?
Yeah, well, there's no camera either. But I mean, let's see. Somebody was talking about the 183. Okay,
Man,
so
look at that. Bam, right to the purple.
Yeah, so not the best position you want to be in. Well, you are using a reducer, so that does help. Not much. But and you also got to be really, really honest. And Sean, feel free to jump in on the seeing.
Exactly.
Because the seeing is going to be changing. Most people, even me, I'm probably closer to the 4 range on here.
Ooh, really?
Probably 3 to 4. I mean, I'm still in the okay seeing. But I'm more on the bad part of the okay seeing. But if you got better seeing, you're going to be able to, you're going to be nicer. If you're going to have worse seeing than I do, which I can't imagine anybody having worse seeing than Long Island. But I mean, that's the poor seeing. So oversampling, you're going to need super guiding on it. Whereas if you're undersampling, let's see if you got. Let's go back to okay seeing, and let's try a 2600. Let's say. Now you're getting a little bit better, but you're still only at a half an arc second per pixel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's,
Did you notice too, Dan, when you clicked on that it only gave you one option for the 2600?
Now, but it's MM and MC. So
yeah, it covers both of them.
Yeah, it covers. That's why I was saying on Wednesday night, if it has the slash with MM and MC, it's the same. It's the same chip. It's just got the Bayer matrix in front.
Yep.
Now
here's a question for people, because they may not want to ask it because maybe they think it's just too rudimentary or too stupid. How do you determine your seeing?
Yeah, you know what? I don't concern myself with seeing anymore because it drives me mad. So, like I know Ron, he'll say, "Oh, the seeing's great" or "the seeing's bad" or whatever and stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm still going to shoot, no matter what, and take what I get." And but
sure.
I don't know. I'm not sure how people would actually determine their seeing. What it's like. Maybe look at the stars and how much they're twinkling.
Yeah. I mean, mine are always twinkling, so I mean, it's
I mean, they mostly twinkle, but maybe they twinkle worse on a bad night. That you can noticeably see that.
Yeah, you know what? Even with my no matter how bad my guiding is, it's still going to be better than my seeing. So I mean, I could have really bad guiding, but I don't. I mean, I have the EQ8R, so I mean, my guiding is like 0.5, 0.4.
Which is excellent.
I don't. Not bad. Yeah. I don't need to be that. If I'm anywhere under 1, I'm going to be fine. But that's I mean, that's how we. And another way, just to go into the field of view a little bit on it. So let's just say I like to use. Well, it's really not really a good object to use with that focal length. Let's do something a little smaller. How about the dumbbell? I usually like to try M31 on it because it's the biggest thing out there, and I show people like how the chip size differences and the scope changes, that you're not going to be able to fit it all without doing a mosaic. But
or the crab,
crab small. So
really,
RCX 400. And I'm sorry, we got to go into imaging mode. And
I love this tool. This tool is so cool.
We'll go into 294 with a 0.67 reducer, and add to view. And that's what the dumbbell is going to look like with the 294 with the RTX 400. I believe that's only the 8-inch though. So yes, Tarek, I got it. I changed it to the imaging tab. I know, but so that would be one thing. Now, if you change that to a smaller chip, like the 185, 183. I'm sorry.
Right there. Yeah.
And then add that to the view. Now you got same
yellow.
scope, smaller chip.
Yep.
That's what your framing is going to look like. So definitely take a look at this. I mean, I'm not using the right telescope for the person that was asking. I think he has a 10-inch. This is an 8-inch. But you get the idea of what you could do with different cameras, different scopes, adding a reducer, taking it out. You know, if you took out the reducer, now you're at that with the 183, the green. But that's that. That's Astronomy.Tools. So go check it out. It's actually pretty cool.
It's definitely one of the nicer tools out there.
So
yeah.
I'm sorry, 12 inch.
in the
I'm sorry. Dan, there is a better.
I see someone Donald mentioned about the jet stream coming over him a lot, and that's the problem I've got where we are, where I am in Ontario, Canada. The jet stream just drags everything over us. It doesn't matter; everything just comes right over us. It drives me mad.
Probably hits you first, and then comes down to Long Island,
and then comes down to you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or goes Quebec way or something.
I'm sorry. Donald had a 12-inch. Donald Walker said he has a 23-inch. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty good.
I'd say.
I'd like to see. Yeah, I want to see an image. I want to see an imaging on that one. But
we need photos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he corrected himself.
Yeah, no. he was shifted one to the left, one to the right. So it's a 12-inch, not a 23-inch. But Dennis, my buddy Dennis asked me to do a C14 Edge F2 with the ASI 6200. So I'll just get it up real quick and we'll do the what is it? The C Celestron 14.
Yeah, but it's got its own thing in there for the Hyperstar. So look for the 14 with the Hyperstar.
Yep. C14 Edge HD plus Hyperstar. There it is. And with a 62?
62, yeah.
Yeah, 62.
That's a
6200. Let me clear all of it, and I'll leave the other three on there just for the hell of it. I'm guessing, with the Hyperstar.
Have you ever shot a full frame with any of your rigs, Sean?
No, I haven't. That's one problem that I'm working towards it. I'm getting, it's something that I'm taking baby steps towards. I tried to get, I was trying to get QHY to send me a 6000 actually, but that didn't. They gave me the 268 instead. So I was like, no, that's fine. That's good. Yeah. I'm not going to argue, but
they're $4,000 or $5,000 for a camera. I mean, easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But the full frame is definitely something that I would love to get to at some point.
There you go. So that's the C4. I'm sorry, that's a C11, not the 14. Whoops, I'm sorry. That's a C11.
They're
that's just a straight edge.
That's just the edge, though.
Yeah.
That's a straight edge. Edge.
Yeah. There's no Hyperstar.
Oh, there is. It's there. No, it's there. I know it's there. Yeah, it is. It is there. Keep looking. It's there.
All right, I'll keep looking.
Yeah, it's there.
Unless if they don't put it anywhere else. No,
it
Coronado.
Is definitely there. Go up a little higher. Keep going.
I'm going.
Yeah, it's
Edge.
It's right there.
11. That's the 11.
No. Go up.
14
right there.
Why is it up there?
I don't know why it's there, but I know it's there.
Well, it's your scope and Hyperstar, so you better know it's there.
Yeah, I know it's there.
There you go. So it's a purple.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a big field of view.
Now put M51 in there or M31. Try M51. Try the Whirlpool. Yeah, and show what that looks like.
Let's go back. Let's go back to 31.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to do, is show a contrast between those little tiny galaxies. And
There you go. That's a little better.
There you go. See that?
Yeah.
I'm telling you that I am so looking forward to doing a 2 or a 3, maybe even a 4-panel mosaic, at 700 millimeter, Hyperstar with that edge. Oh man, it's one of the ones I'm really looking forward to doing.
I'm sure you're looking forward to it. I'm telling you, from my point of view, I don't have the patience for that. That's going to be too. It's going to be too much. I'm going to stick with Sean and the refractors. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with my little dinky kind of setups like this. I'm okay with that. But that's a work in progress. But
I mean, ultimately, what I want to do with that panel mosaic is get a huge acrylic print, a 60 by 40, huge acrylic, and put on one of my walls. But in order to do that, I mean, I'm not going to spend, $1,500 on a print, if the photo isn't right. So I know I want to do that.
I've actually never done a mosaic myself.
Me neither.
No, no. It's one of those things. It's like the refractor. I like to keep it simple.
I think my first one coming up might be the witch head. I think. Okay. Just a 2-panel, vertical 2-panel, and because let me tell you that hat, that hat with the 952 with the 127, that's gonna go. It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
So
I'm actually just curious to try Nina's mosaic wizard there that they've got, where you can add the panels in and set your rotation or whatever whatever you need to do. I think that's actually a really neat way to do it. Very, very, very easy to use. They're easy to figure out. Like I've never done mosaics, but I can figure out how to do it in Nina, and I might give it a shot. I just don't know what, but it's in the future with me as well.
I think the mosaic wizard, it has a certain amount of overlap, right? Like
you can
adjust it.
Yeah, you can set it. The default I think is 20. Yeah. 20, but I mean,
to get your star alignment.
Yeah, exactly.
Get star alignment. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, we're coming up on 10 o'clock.
Woo.
And
it's easy to do, man.
It's easy when you get chatting and stuff and talking.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you hold the record, Sean, on the longest AstroWorld show. I think it was 3 hours and what?
3 hours, 4 minutes.
3 hours and what?
And I got Chuck and Ray on there too.
Yes you did. It was awesome. It was like, I'm telling you, next time, we're gonna have you all on. We'll just be like, come on, we'll just talk and whatever.
Just talk. Those are always great times. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Just start, talking about Astro stuff and let it go from there.
We got a really quick newbie question. It looks like I want to increase my field of view. Should I go new camera or new scope? I'm stuck on the fence.
Well, there you're back to Astronomy.Tools, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you gotta. I mean, what do you? I guess where to start is what do you have now? I mean,
where are you starting from?
And that from there we can kind of give you some of our insight here.
Because the camera, even though the camera will adjust in and out a little bit, it's not going to be nearly as dramatic as changing scopes.
Yeah.
Not even close. If you want really wide, if you're really tight now, 2,000 millimeter, whatever, and you want to go under 1,000, under 800, you're not going to get that with a camera. No way.
Yeah. And you got to watch too with camera sensors and the scope too, the image circle. You get into vignetting, some severe vignetting in that too, right? So it all depends on what is he shooting with now? An Explore Scientific 103 and a 533 ASI.
That's 102 if I remember right. I don't think it's 103, but
102. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, not a big deal. Yeah, you said 102.
Oh yeah, 102. Yeah, I see that.
Tarek said, "Fix the camera and change the scope." I don't know what that means, but Tarek's a wise guy. He's funny though, man. I'm telling you, when I
Didn't ASI have problems with the camera? There was an oil leak or something. They were talking.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was something that came up in the Facebook or something in there. ASI had an oil leak with their one camera. I'm not. Maybe it's the 533.
No, you're not crazy. I remember reading that.
Yeah, I remember reading it too. And people had their sensors were just all covered in oil, basically.
No way.
Yeah, and that can be an absolute bear to clean off a sensor. I mean, it can be a bear.
Oh.
And you can't use harsh chemicals.
No, you can't. No.
I mean,
the 2600.
It looks like it says a consensus on the 2600 MC.
Yep, 2600 had the oil issue. Yeah.
Good thing I didn't buy it yet.
That's why I buy QHY.
Hey, I'm really close to pulling the trigger on that 268 though. I really am.
The 268's been a really good camera, and I can recommend that for a lot of different scenarios. It works. It's just a good overall camera.
And after the experience that I've had, I had a 163C, and then I got Ron's 16200. And now I'm really getting a good feel with the QHY, and I like it. Yeah, I really do. Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to do my little test with my ASI Air and my EAF and some camera lenses, But I mean, this is going to be interesting. I was playing with this before the show. This is a thing from Deep Sky Dad. It's a little EAF bracket, kind of. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll play around with it. But yeah, I mean,
it's a regular camera lens.
Yeah. Literally, it's just a belt. The belt goes on the thing, and it turns the camera lens, and that's it.
Yeah.
George is saying that the oil is a silicone oil, and
it is.
It's not hard to clean off. He says.
Okay, that's good.
So that's good to know. Anyways, but still, the fact that they had an oil leak.
Yeah.
That's.
With the money that you're spending on these cameras and stuff, you shouldn't have to be dealing with something like that.
I would agree with you. 2600, 1999.
Not for nothing, but it could have been just a production run of a certain that they had a seal issue or something on it.
Yep, not everyone was affected by this.
No,
it was only some
I know Mark Ellis has a couple of. I think he's got. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, buddy, but I think you have two of the 2600s. You got the mono and the color, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah, but and he hasn't had any issues with his. And I was shooting M51 with my monochrome before I had to put everything away, but I was getting beautiful images of M51, with that monochrome. So
yeah.
George Lutch said, "What does the Eagle 4 Pro weigh?"
5 pounds?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see right there. There you go.
There it is.
There it is.
Is that the fully decked one?
This is the full. This is the what? Yeah, it's on sale for $19.95, and I would say probably about 5 to 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Eagle. The Eagle's great. But
have you ever used one, John?
The 4, yeah, I actually set up a couple already. I've used one, and this will be the second one I've actually had practical use with. I don't own a 4; I own a 3. But the 4, the GPS is pretty accurate and pretty cool. The Eagle Eye. To me, I don't know if you know anything about the Eagle Eye. I mean, it's like it's a sky quality meter for the most part of where you're shooting in the sky. So it's on the side. It's like this is the Eagle Eye right here is the.
No, it's right there in the corner.
Right there. That's the Eagle Eye, and you can move it to either side of the Eagle. And it will give you a sky quality reading of where you're imaging, because hopefully you have the Eagle pointed in the same way as your camera, and you get a decent decent sky quality measure. So I think that's kind of cool. It's a Windows Enterprise computer. This one's got, what has it got?
It's the i5.
16 gig of RAM, 480 gigabyte solid state drive. I mean,
It's the i5.
This is.
I think the i5 is the only one that supports 12 volt.
This is i5. Yep, i5 8th gen.
Yeah, which is still very fast.
Oh yeah. Well, they couldn't go anymore because they needed a 12 volt processor.
Right. Exactly.
So I mean that's the whole thing, and there may be some stuff working in the works later on of things that I cannot reveal at the time. So, but looking at other ways to get faster processors. So.
Yeah, the thing that's nice about that Eagle is that you can either mount it on top of your scope or you can use it as a base for your scope.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
That's right. Yeah,
yep.
You know, it's just it's a little tank, that thing. I mean, it really is. It's just a little tank.
Well, it's a little bit of a mess right now, but I mean,
yeah, there you go. It's just a little tank. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Eh? Yeah.
You know. And I mean, altogether, this probably weighs about 8 pounds with everything on it. I got 2 dovetails on here, 2 clamps. I some crazy stuff going on, but it's going
very
to
similar to the way I've got mine set up, Daniel.
Yep.
Very similar. Yeah.
But it's definitely been a game changer for me. I gotta tell you.
He was the one. Well, no, here this way. He was the one
that way.
He was the one that talked me into the Eagle. And,
is that right?
I'll never forget that day. I was looking at buying a computer because I'm all Mac. Everything in my house is Mac. I mean everything. And I Mac is great for Pix and Site and doing stuff like that, but acquisition,
not quite the same.
And so I was gonna buy a computer. He's like, no, just buy an Eagle. I'm like, an Eagle? What's an Eagle? And then I started looking into it. I'm like, oh, gotta have it.
Yeah. The price is what kept me away from it, though.
They are.
You can buy a mini PC. I picked up a mini PC that runs my setup, and it cost me $300 Canadian, which I don't know is less American. I'm not sure what the price is, but it was $300. But the Eagle is what? How much for? $2,000? Yeah.
Well, the entry level for the LE is $845.
Yeah, but if you get a good one.
The top of the line is $21.95. There are 2 models in between. There's a 1095, which gets you a Celeron processor, and then there's the 14 or 1595 one, which gets you into an i3. So
it's a great product though. Not in everyone's budget, unfortunately.
No, it's definitely not. But I got I did the whole minis forum kind of the box and everything,
Raspberry
and then the Raspberry Pi, and I'm sitting there, I'm trying, okay, how do I mount it? What do I do? How do I get it on here? I got to put screws here. I got to put screws. And again, I'm lazy. I'll spend the extra $1,000. And again, not in everybody's budget. It's not. And I'm in a position not like anybody else. I do work in a telescope store 1 day a week, and I don't get paid. So it's kind of like I'm able to get these things and not get divorced. And that's but I'm telling you, the Eagle to me, and even I got to be honest with you, if that's not in your budget and you're in the ZWO ecosystem, the Air Plus and the Air Pro for $300.
Yeah, that's a steal.
I mean, and it does everything. It does a plate solving. It does your polar alignment. Well, it doesn't do it, but it guides you. It does your sequencing. It does everything. So.
I guess I'm kind of surprised that QHY hasn't come out with something like that for their system.
Oh.
Did I just open a huge can of worms? Did
I? They are working on something, actually. I actually have one of the prototypes here.
Oh, really?
But yeah. I would pull it out, but I don't know where it is because that's how much I'm using it.
Oh my God! All right, well.
But they are working on it.
Well, that just makes it more of the reason for me to get the 600.
Yes, there you go. Yeah,
I was not at 268. I'm not going to spend the money on the 600 right now. I don't need it for that.
The 268. Yeah.
Yeah, the 268, because I mean the 600 looks like an incredible camera.
It's a nice camera. Yeah.
You know, but I mean, right now with the 16200 and the APS-H right now, even though it's discontinued and in all reality, everything's telling me to sell it right now. But you know, but
they're tough to sell right now. I've got a 16200 Moravian actually that's been sitting on you guys maybe you guys have it down there. Astro Buy Sell. Do you have that as well?
No.
Down there? No? Okay. All right. They have it in Canada and the UK anyways, but it's been sitting on their classified astronomy site. It's been sitting on there for over a year with not one bite.
That's like my S-Big STF 8300.
Yeah.
That's been there almost 2 years.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got the filter wheel, it's got full Astrodon set and full Optolong narrowband, plus a CLS DCD from Astronomic. It got an 8 filter wheel. Yeah. And it's still not.
Yeah. Well, that's like the Moravian that I have for sale. That has a built-in filter wheel to it as well, right? So it's a nice compact unit, and it's a great camera. It takes some great images, but now with the influx of CMOS cameras and the capabilities that we've achieved with them, these CCD cameras are getting hard to,
justify
sell. They're hard to flog now. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a bridge that I'm gonna have to jump over eventually. I've just been a CCD user for so long, and
I was actually surprised when you bought Ron's CCD camera, because I thought for sure you'd go a CMOS camera. I didn't expect you to buy Ron's. When he told me that you bought it, I was like, "What? Get out of here!" I just for some reason thought you would go CMOS.
I was on the fence for a while, but Ron made me an offer, and I made
you an offer you couldn't refuse.
Yeah, so I said, with all the filters and everything, I said, dude, I'll send you the money tomorrow. Don't and it's been working great. I'll probably, honestly, in all things said and done, I'll probably use it for the next couple of years. And then I'll wait for the next innovation is going to come up soon, I'm sure. And all of a sudden CMOS is going to be just as good, if not better, than CCDs. And
I think we're quickly reaching that point.
We're almost there now.
We're almost there.
Some of the images that these guys are taking with the 2600 mono are just mind-blowing. Even same with your camera, Sean. The QHY variant,
the 268.
The 268. Yeah, that APS-C sensor is just. I mean, my God, some of the images are just crazy good.
It's a good sensor size, and the 26 megapixels makes it very attractive. And the pixel size too. It's not too small. It's not too big. It's got a lot going for it. So it's great.
3.74.
3.76.
Yeah.
3.76.
Yep.
There's been a lot of questions regarding tracking and dithering on the chat.
Yeah, Josh was talking about stuff on that. So I was reading some of that.
Yeah,
there's like a whole other conversation going on the chat side.
Oh yeah, it happens every week.
Yeah,
it happens every week.
You guys are talking, because I know when I'm watching, you guys are talking about one thing and the chat's talking about something completely different.
It does happen. I mean, let's see, where can I find information on an older Eagle? How old, Norm? And if you need something, send me an email.
You've probably got something, don't you? Because didn't you have one of the original?
I didn't, but I still have the specs on all of them.
I could have sworn, I seem to recall watching a video of yours way back.
That was actually when the 3 first came out.
Was it when the 3 came out?
Yeah, that was when the 3 first came out.
Were you in someone's kitchen or something? I can't remember where you were, but
I was all over the place. I don't remember where I was, but
I seem to think that you were in someone's kitchen.
I definitely could have been. But what I did was I actually put in a purchase order for the Eagle 2 Pro.
Okay.
And after I placed the order, it was going to be like 3 months until I got it. And in that interim, the 3 Pro came out. And I got on the email because there was nothing in the U.S. at this point. There was no Tom. There was no nothing. Tom was with Prima Luce, but he wasn't with. They didn't have a U.S. based thing.
They didn't have a US base. Yep.
And so I'm like, yo, stop the order. Give me the 3. Don't give me the 2. Don't give me the 2. So I got the order in. I had to replace, and I got the 2, the 3 Pro instead of the 2. So I was like,
Nice.
all right,
Yeah, that's great. That's good. Good. Yeah.
And Josh he's talking about a couple of different things. One of the ones that's kind of stood out, he says, I'm trying to get an idea as to what the experience would be if I just upgrade the mount with no auto guiding or anything. I mean, if you want a mount, Josh, that is going to track really, really well for upwards of 10 minutes, you're spending a ton.
Without guiding. Yeah, you get
without guiding.
You get a Paramount or a Mach 2 or something like that.
Where my Rainbow will do that, but I mean, I don't think you want to go there. Yeah, you gotta get so yeah.
You gotta start guiding.
Auto guide, auto guide. Yeah,
start guiding because that's definitely a must.
He's also asking if the Eagle is an alternative to the ASI Air, which
yeah, it's about.
It's kind of like the Alfa Romeo, an alternative to the Toyota. And so it's
more bet.
The 2 big things about you can't even compare the 2, to be honest with you. One,
it's apples to oranges.
Yeah, one is you could only use ZWO or DSLR. That's it. That's the ASI Air. The Eagle, you could use anything, but it costs about 7 times the price. So I mean. But it does a lot also. It does a lot more. You can do your own software. You can do whatever you want. It's more customizable to what you need. If you have a different focuser like I do that's not ZWO. I got a Moonlight camera, a Moonlight focuser, a QHY camera, a William Optics manual rotator. I got so much stuff that I could do with it. That I can do with the ASI Air because I have to use the EAF. I have to use the ASI camera. So there's a lot. There are pluses and minuses to both. If you're going to do ZWO all the way, there's no reason why you shouldn't have to do the ASI Air. I know a lot of people that use it and use it well. And Mark Ellis is like, Eagle is much better.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's much better for your circumstances, Mark. It may not be much better for other people's pocketbooks. but I'm an Eagle fan. I love the Eagle, not the Philadelphia Eagles, the Prima Luce Eagle. But
I mean, we've had these conversations many times in the past, as to what is a decent price range, for a serious, not somebody that just wants to put it in the closet, and hide it for half a year, but somebody that's serious but doesn't want to break the bank. They don't want to spend $20,000 on a rig. What's a good price range? And I think we broke it down one day.
We did.
And I think we came out right around between $4,500 to $5,000.
Yeah, I was going to say $5,000.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You think about it. You got. All right. Well, you got scope and mount. Mount $1,200-$1,300. At bare minimum.
Yeah.
Scope. You get like a Red Cat at 71 now for that's a little bit pricey. William Optics you may want to go with. But you get that for $1,200-$1,300. So you're at $2,500-$2,600 just in scope and mount.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves you $2,500-$2,600 to get the rest.
Yeah.
ZWO camera or QHY camera. No, there's no Eagle involved in this because this is an ASI Air or your home computer with a really long USB cable.
And you get a decent camera. You're at probably at least $800 to $1,000.
Yeah.
And then if you're shooting one shot color, then you need a couple of filters. You need an L Pro. You need that new Aunt Leah, the one that Quiv was talking about.
Yeah.
that dual
What is
band.
that? What is that one called? Is it
It's
just
called the gold.
The golden
gold
filter. Yeah, something
Yep.
like that.
Is that what they called
Yeah.
it? The golden
Yeah.
filter? Okay, I wasn't.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I don't
I
think it's
didn't.
available yet.
No, it's not. I just saw it online.
Yeah.
I told Jeff to get on it and buy some. But
Yeah.
and you know, and Leah is very, very picky on who they allow to sell their filters. So so
Yeah, and the video that I saw of him, processing through on that filter was really amazing. Even with the video degrading the image of what he was doing through YouTube, it still was just, it was night and day. It was like, wow. I mean, it's obvious which one was better.
and who said the L Ultimate coming? That was you the other night, right, Sean? The L Ultimate.
The L Ultimate is coming. Yeah, they're in production with it. So they sent me one to try, and they're doing tests with them as well. So we're seeing it progress.
Dual band.
Dual band 3 nanometer. Yeah. For one shot color. Yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it should be pretty good. Yeah. And the Optolong filters are really good quality filters for the price. I've been using them for a number of years now, and they good value for the money. They're not you can get way more expensive filters, of course, and I'm sure that they're probably even maybe they're better and stuff. I don't know. I haven't worked with them, but for the price, the Optolong is a great value. So I'm looking forward to trying this new filter out and seeing how it works.
But now that filter right there is a great example of people knowing what they're buying before they buy it, because if they got an F2 system, that filter is going to give them problems.
Yeah. Well, they're testing the L Ultimate on F2 systems. I don't have an F2 system. Yeah, they are testing it on F2 systems. So I don't know what that means. But I've had that question posed to me. Does it work with an F2 system? I can't answer that because there's very little information right now flowing about it. It's really new, and they're working on it.
There may be just simple physics involved there where you're not going to get past it.
And you may not.
You never know. You just don't know until they test it and see.
Yeah, Josh is still going back and forth about upgrading the mount. I mean, he has an EQ6R right now. And that's what I'm reading. And if that's the case, I have an EQ6R and I used it for well over 2 years with my Esprit 80 and the 127. And I gotta tell you, I had 34 pounds, dyslexic, 34 pounds on the EQ6R. And I was still guiding at under 0.7 with that mount in my crappy skies. So I either just got a really, really, really good EQ6R, or that thing's an overperformer, like you wouldn't believe. But
I could have swore he said Wednesday that he only had a sky guider.
Oh, he's considering an EQ6R.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he was from Wednesday night. Yeah, he had the Sky Guider we were talking about. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the EQ6R.
Yeah, the EQ6R is good choice. Yeah, the EQ6 mounts in general. I actually have the mount that I use right now is not new by any stretch. It's actually a 2006 EQ6 mount, and it still works. Yeah, it still works beautifully to this day.
Little tank.
Yeah, it's a little tank. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have my. I just got it back this year from Deep Space Products. I still have my. I think it's. Let's see. We've been here 8 years, so I guess it's about 2009, 2010 Orion Atlas.
Okay, yeah.
And let me tell you, I you know what? After 9 years of usage, I started seeing a little funkiness. So I sent it to Arizona, and I had him do. I'm not good with like tools. I'm horrible with tools. I will. You know what?
No, it's putting them back together. Taking apart's easy.
Yeah, taking apart is easy. Yeah,
that's easy. And then
back together.
And then you're
That's a whole
like,
different story.
and then you're going around and you got bags of screws and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, extra pieces
Yeah.
that you don't know where they
Yeah.
came. But
Yeah.
it's working, so I guess
Yeah.
we didn't need them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know.
Genuinely have a screw loose,
So,
Daniel.
so I have more than one screw loose. That's my wife. but let me tell you, you know, I mean, it's just I wouldn't be good with that. I saw a bunch of people. I think TJ Conley did a video of him him hyper tuning. I think he had an AVX or something, and it's just like I can't. I just can't. I'll just listen. I'll ship it to you. I'll pay the shipping. I'll pay you the $400. Just do it and send it back to me. Just better work. you know.
Well, I mean, probably one of the biggest culprits in those is something. I mean, we talk about this all the time. It's the grease.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The biggest culprit.
Yep.
You know, you gotta get good grease. You know, the best you can buy.
And Scott knows good grease.
Yeah, I'm full of it.
I'll just grab my hair clay from the back and I'll just kind of.
Yeah, there you go. Pomade. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we're just gonna shove pomade in the freaking gear mechanism. There you go.
You know, it'd be good for you.
Oh my goodness.
All right, this is going downhill real fast.
What is the weird? Someone's
What?
asking what the weird thing is hanging over your head, Dan.
I don't know what that is. This is that little. I think it's like
A little star.
I think it's a shooting star.
It's a shooting star. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's what it is.
I wasn't
I mean-
sure what they were referring to, but that's It's
And-
over your head.
Yeah, and the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might mean that you're the host.
No, it's just the thing they put in the corner.
Yeah, no, it's
Well,
just.
I don't have a cute little star thing. I want a cute little star thing now.
Oh my goodness! There you go. There you go. I'll put that on you. I'll put that on your forehead. There you
There
go.
we go. Perfect. Look at that. I get a new tattoo.
No
A
problem.
new tattoo.
There you go.
Oh, perfect.
Looks like something out of Star Trek somewhere. But
We all have gray hair too.
well, Scott's
God.
hiding his.
Yeah,
I'm
so
hiding
tiny.
mine hard. Yeah, but yeah, oh yeah.
I
you can see it.
never thought I'd reach this point. I got
Me-
gray hair, and someone's
Dude.
commenting on it.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's a whole.
Tarak,
new
you're
level.
killing me. You're killing me, Tarak. You're lucky you're in the UAE, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've
All
been gray for years.
Yeah, well, you got me by a couple years. So.
Mhm. I know I don't look it, but I'm 53.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm not that far behind you, bro.
Yeah, I'm not
I know.
that far behind either. Yeah, I'm 50. So.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, February 1st.
Oh yeah, I'm February 27.
Yeah, February. There you go.
February, yeah, Pisces.
February's.
Yeah, Aquarius. I'm the first.
Aquarius, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
Pisces.
Yeah, my brother's a Pisces. He's in March. But
Okay. Yeah.
Mark says you're all young. No, we're not all young, Mark. You're just old.
He's just
Dennis, my friend Dennis, he's an AOS. Yeah, he's an AOS member from New York who we both purchased Obsession telescopes together. He bought the 15, I bought the 18, and he actually moved down to the Carolinas to hang out and retire, and he's having fun. For a person who said he was never going to get into astrophotography, if you haven't checked it out, go check out Transit Dreams Observatory. He's got TDO, I think it's called, and you can do TDO on the internet. And he's a asteroid hunter. He hunts asteroids now. So
that's no mean feat.
Oh no, he and let me tell you,
You need a big for that.
He does some good work, and you go take a look, and you'll see what he's got. I think I think he's got a 14 as well.
Yeah,
but he's hunting asteroids tonight. He just said so.
Nice.
So he does a lot of cool stuff down there. So he used to make fun of me with all my wires and stuff, and said, "I'm never doing that. I'm an observer." I said, "He said you're cheating. You're cheating. You don't use cameras. You're cheating."
Okay.
And, now he's an astrophotographer and does comet hunting with EAA. So
yeah,
that's awesome. I miss that guy. The guy's good, a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
All right, well, now it's 10:35.
Jeez.
And I think it's time to cut it loose and let it go for the night. I think.
Who's your guest coming up on next Wednesday here?
I don't have any guests until the
Oh,
10th the 10th of December.
Okay. All right.
And Hendrik from Star. So if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come and hang out with us.
Sure.
Hendrik from Star Aid, which is a standalone guider on the 10th. That's a Friday. The following Friday is the Amy Astro show.
Yeah, great. Amy's great.
Yeah, and that's also going to be the pulling of the Sean Nielsen Wheel of Fortune for the for the.
Isn't that great? It's
awesome. But I already started making the list and everything. Yep. So I because I keep on getting emails, so I don't want to miss anybody. So I do it as I get it.
Keep adding. Yeah, that's how I did it. I kept adding to it. Yeah.
So those are both Friday night shows, Mark, the 10th and the 17th. And so we'll be pulling the winner of the Mars camera from Player One, which is a planetary camera, and then we just booked Mr. Stoyanov from APT. He is the creator of APT, and he's going to be on running down his new version of 3.90, which just came out last week, and then coming sometime probably in March. We'll have the Prima Luce trio of Filippo, Tom, and Omar. Omar, for those of you that don't know, is the main engineer over at Prima Luce Lab. So the three of them will be hanging out with us. That's going to be a recorded show, just due to the time lapse in Italy. So and that's it. That's what we got going forward.
That's all right. That's a good lineup of guests.
Oh yeah, and then well from the 17th up till the 7th, we're going to take a little break for the holidays.
Sure, yeah, why not, right?
And then maybe I'll actually get some like real YouTube videos that aren't live up in that time. So
hopefully by the time we come back from that break, that I'll be all settled down in Florida. That'd be really good.
Yeah,
if I can get everything settled. Oh man. That'd be really
I expect to see at least one picture on the 7 show from you.
There you go.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't even care if it's a raw 3-minute shot. I want to see a picture of something.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what the setup looks like out there. I'm probably going to have to set up in my backyard. I don't know if the front yard is going to work. It might. I just don't know yet. I mean, I have no, compared to what I have here, I get the same problem you got, Sean. 100-foot trees, and just about everywhere, and huge maples, silver maples, sugar maples. And excuse me, I took out a huge. Sorry about that. I took out a huge silver maple out back a couple of years back. It's 5 foot at the base.
Wow.
Across 5 feet at the base. It took a 60-ton crane to get it out of here.
Wow.
Yeah. And but I still have 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a huge tulip tree, another silver maple in the back. So yeah, I mean, I'm just surrounded by trees. Florida, nothing.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah, practically nothing.
A couple of 5-foot palm trees.
Yeah, I got some palm trees.
That's it.
Yeah, palm trees. So that'll be really good. And also sky quality at just shy of 21. Is that
there you go?
Sky quality? Sky
quality.
Yeah, sky quality. Just shy of 21.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, 21's gonna work. That's why I want to go down to hopefully we get out of New York, a little further south. Where I kind of want to be is kind of like the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere over there, and that's anywhere from 20.5 to 20.8.
Yep.
So a far cry from the 17.8 I'm at now. So it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly.
Yeah. It just.
And to answer Mark's question, you have one entry, Mark. Just one. Just one entry. Dennis Wild in his area in South Carolina is a 20.4.
Yeah, which is excellent.
That's nice. That's in South. That's right over the border of North Carolina, right into South Carolina. So 18.
I'm working with 19 here usually. Typically 19 point 19.2 or so, somewhere in there. Yeah.
All right. Well, Sean, I appreciate you
Okay.
swinging by.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no problem.
You're welcome. Anytime you're
Absolutely.
free, you're more. Well, now that we have more than 4 spots on Melon,
Yeah,
if you have,
that's cool.
whatever you want to pop on, just say, hey, send me the link, and
Send me the link. Okay.
I
will do.
won't get too presumptuous, but if you ask me, and I'll send you the link.
All right.
you got
Sounds good,
time.
buddy. Yeah. Okay.
All
Great
right.
show. Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for having me on again.
No,
Appreciate
thanks for hanging out. Appreciate
Okay.
it. All right,
We'll
everybody.
talk to you guys later.
Have a good night, all.
Bye for now.
Take care.